Okay, so
Don't really play horror games.
okay. So last time you guys killed the undead pirates and you started talking to Mr. Harkin Soulburn. Datris asked him about his father, and he said that last he knew, he was the servants of Orochi had him captured and were holding him inside the Temple of Belinus on the other side of the city. And I think you guys were trying to think up other questions to ask him, and you were all drawing blanks.
What's his name? Harkin Solinus?
Harkin Soulburn.
Oh, Soulburn. And he's the mayor of the city?
You don't actually know what his station is. He seems important, but the actual mayor is Sir Frederick Gnomestein.
Name ever.
Well, I'm actually going to approach him and be like, and you all, sir?
He goes, I am our ambassador of commerce. I deal with our interactions with outsiders to bring in stuff that the people of the city need, since it's rather hard to get supplies down here at the bottom of the sea.
What did he say the temple was that the guy was dragged into?
Temple of Belinus, the god of the sun. And he had made a comment about why he doesn't know why that temple still exists, because of the fact that most gods' powers don't reach down here.
Who knew all you needed to do to stop a god was to go underwater?
Doesn't stop my god.
Goes, oh, interesting then. And what god do you follow, sir?
Just hold up his little necklace with the symbol of oh gosh, I'm trying to remember how to say her name. Sif.
He kind of peers at this symbol for a moment and goes, well, you're one of a lucky few. See, we're at the bottom of the sea, which is the domain of the ocean goddess Lashus. We're virtually surrounded by her, so no other god's powers reach down here unless she allows it. And she's friends with Loki and has allowed him and his extended family's powers to reach down here.
Raised eyebrow. Okay. I guess that makes sense then.
He goes, I don't understand it much better than you do. I just know it's how it is.
Datris is right where we left him, where he's kind of on the ground with his hands and head on. Well, he's clenching fists into the ground. His head still on the ground. Kind of just kind of in a late position because he was upset learning his father was captured.
Yeah. Harkin kind of looks at Datris and goes, does somebody need to get him a handkerchief?
No, it's okay. He's just trying to be an ostrich.
A really ugly ostrich.
Hasn't quite learned how to get his head underneath the dirt yet. We're working on that.
I can give him a shovel. Hell, I'll dig the hole.
He pauses and takes his cigar away from his mouth and lets out a puff of smoke and says, I don't suppose you encountered any fishmen on the way in, did you?
Actually, yes, we did.
He goes, oh? I'm assuming they were lost in the maze?
Yeah, there was a ghoul problem.
He pauses for a second and points to a couple of guards and says, go see to our additional guests, make sure they get in here safely. And then about 5 guards run off towards the entrance.
The further note there was.
Well, were they alive last time you saw them?
Yes, we let them stay at their campsite and we pushed ahead.
Then I'm gonna hope they're still alive, because them and the sea elves are among the few groups of people that actually can get us any supplies down here.
I see.
All we have to trade are inventions that some of the folk here make. Inventions that are part of the reason we're in this situation in the first place.
Question. Is this guy completely on the up and up about all this, by the way?
What do you mean? You mean are you want to see you want to try and figure out if you can tell if he's lying?
I want to tell if he's actually being truthful about all this, yeah.
That would I guess
Insight.
what would that insight check.
Yeah, it'd be an insight check.
Mm-hmm.
And just for the record, when we do stuff like this, I'm not gonna just let everybody like fire off insight checks.
No, you can't just keep firing off insight checks.
Can you aid though?
If you've been talking him up, yes, you could. By aiding, that means you either allow the person making the roll to do a roll with, was it advantage, or you both do a roll.
I think
it's usually the way I've seen it done.
I'd say I'd have you both. You and one other person can both make a roll, and we'll take the highest one.
Yeah, because my insight is +3.
I got +2, so it's not terrible.
Yeah, I'd say those two
Yeah,
probably the best choices.
We'll both give it a try.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say you
Wow.
both failed spectacularly at
How
trying.
the hell? What? How the hell?
A 1 and a 3. Yay!
Like I've regularly said in my
He's
streams,
clearly telling the truth in every aspect of this.
He's not lying. He's a good person.
You're not-
Well, I brought a concussion, so
you really can't tell, but he's just so charismatic. You want to believe him.
Well,
Like
my
I said
eyes just went lazy
regularly-
for a moment. I don't know why.
like I say regularly on my stream. Thanks, Roll20.
Luckily, this wasn't an important role.
Thanks,
really.
broken dice roller.
Yeah, if this was like, we're about to fall over a cliff.
You're just trying to gauge whether or not he's telling the truth, and it's not that big of an issue.
Like, what
Not that big of an
motivation would
issue
he
to the
have to
GM,
lie?
baby.
So,
The
Pray
powder
tell, how
wants to
did
know.
pray tell, how did you all get down here anyhow? 'Cause none of you are sea dwellers.
Oh, what was it? We were given an item, or was it just a spell? I think it was just a spell, wasn't it?
The
Yeah,
sea
it
elf.
was a spell.
Yeah, the sea elf brought you down here. She cast a spell on all of you and then led you down here, basically.
A friend of a friend is a sea elf, so they helped us get down here.
Interesting. And I assume you're all here because of whatever it is that boy's moping about.
Yes.
Say that.
Apparently something involving his father caused the orcs to go crazy up on the surface.
Man, your father's a lot of trouble, isn't he?
Quickly, the kobold quickly seems to nod.
That was oddly straightforward.
He goes, well, I might have a job for you if I can speak to you a lot in private.
Alright.
Okay, sure.
He motions the guards away so that he can talk to the group without anyone else here. He goes, the mayor of our city has really not been doing that great of a job at leading us. And after you take care of your own business, if anything unfortunate were to happen to Mr. Gnomestein, I could get y'all some coin for your troubles.
Unfortunate.
Gnomestein was the business gnome in our journal.
Yeah, he's the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
But you realize he's basically asking you to kill him.
Yeah, that's why the paladin is suddenly going squiddy-eyed, like, I don't know.
Do we have to kill him? Can we just like banish him or something?
He smiles and goes, "That's a righty, forgiving thought of you, but I could never actually just banish him. Too many of the people here love him in spite of his failings. He'd need to actually disappear in order for someone else to properly take his place."
We'll look into it.
If I'm basically just like trying to end conversation and hopes that we can talk to the others without him around.
All right. He goes, well, he pulls out a parchment and holds it out to, the threat, because you're pretty much the one doing most of the talking. He says, here's a map if you want to be able to more easily find your way to the temple.
Oh, thank you.
And takes it.
I won't trouble you with for any more of your time. And he starts to walk away.
Kind of nod to him, let him walk away, let him walk far away.
I don't trust him.
And I don't trust you as much as I can throw you. Your
You
point?
can throw me quite a distance, though. If you're high enough strength.
Off and the others here, what do you guys think?
What
I don't like.
What did
I
this
don't
person
like it.
do that he needs to be eliminated?
That's exactly what I was kind of thinking.
This sounds like a setup.
I agree. It seems like a setup.
He's a narc!
I mean, nothing personal, but when somebody asks for somebody to asks people to get rid of somebody else, that's just trouble. I should know.
Can anyone make an image that has him repeat exactly what he just said? Because that'd be fantastic. Be evidence against him.
Fortunately, none of you really have the ability to do that.
Ours is a threat.
Stupid lizard.
Apparently nobody's got a magic image.
Don't.
My father always said not to get involved in politics.
It's bad for your health.
Well, while we're having a quiet conversation amongst ourselves, I'll try and open up the map and have a look around.
Right. So, I don't actually have the actual map to show you. It's basically a quest item, so the party does know where to go. It's about a half a day to get it from one side of the city to the other, to where you need to get.
Oh my god, how big is this city?
And as you're standing at the gate, you're once again your attention's drawn to the giant glowing blue crystal hovering over the city.
And what are you?
Pointing up at the crystal.
Clearly something more brighter than your head.
Oh, do I need to wax my scales again?
One of the guards heard you yell that and goes, "Well, that would be our source of light and oxygen."
Oh.
Which
Better leave
clearly
that
he's
alone
lacking.
then. Yep.
Clearly what the lizard's lacking.
So no grabbing that on the fly here. I don't think it would bode well for us.
It's also like the size of a building, so it would be really hard to grab it.
Well,
You really do have sticky fingers.
Not that really would stop some of us.
we're allowed in the city, right, Ozzie?
Huh?
We're allowed in the city, right? We're just...
Yes.
We're
you're
in the
allowed in the
city,
city.
yes.
You're basically we're about to rest before you left the slums after dealing with that fight, though.
I think Datris is just gonna look for a quiet place and just spin by himself, alone with socks.
Well, you
Now
guys
you're
were
acting like this is a campsite.
you guys were about to use the end because you kind of liberated it from the undead last time.
Well,
I
if
guess
we're
that's
about
true,
to-
yeah.
Yeah, if we use the end, he's gonna look for a quiet room and just sit to himself.
So I'm assuming nobody else really has anything else they want to do before heading in.
Not particularly.
Nothing offhand otherwise, no.
Yeah, so just hit the long rest button on your character sheets, and we're just gonna say that the townspeople fed you as thanks for helping them deal with the situation.
Yay!
Just hit long rest.
Yeah, because it fills your health and
Spell
brings back
charges.
your spell charges.
Okay.
All right, so what I'm actually gonna do is I actually have an encounter table that I'm gonna do a couple rolls on to determine what happens from you leaving to you getting to the temple.
Ooh.
I need to talk to you about encounter tables because I've been trying to look for them. I can't really find any.
I mean,
But okay.
I literally just came up with a bunch and what's the word? I set up numbers so that I can roll for it.
Is Grabby still around at all, or?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you decide whether you wanted to bring him with you or leave him here.
Nah, I'll go ahead and dismiss him, because, we should be done with the big fight, I think, right?
I
As
mean,
far
you might,
as I know of.
as far as just straight up numbers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Picturing
So-
Matt's character watching him leave with a single tear playing the bagpipes,
But,
Danny Boy.
But I mean, the big thing is if you're fighting stronger things, there's a pretty good chance he's gonna get killed because he's not all that durable and he's a melee creature.
Oh, it's a bit dangerous out here, Grabby. I think it's time for you to go back home.
How do you do a dice roll that no one else sees? Is it DM roll?
Yeah, it's DM roll, I'm pretty sure.
But how do you do it?
Actually, if it's a crap, he probably just spews bubbles when he talks.
Or if you have any
Oh,
actual
boy.
dice on you, you can just roll.
Favorite roll.
This is why I have another dice roller machine up anyway. As a GM.
You know what I'm gonna do? I actually
Slash
had
GM roll for making
fucking
roll.
hell. Yeah. So because I was typing DM instead of GM, it wasn't working. Because I forget that this site is not just for D&D. Okay. Let's see here.
Now, if the crab is related to Mr. Krabs, then all you're gonna hear the crab saying is money, 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 money,
It's the
money,
opening
money, money,
equivalent
money,
of Velcro.
Okay.
money, 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 money.
I gotta set this up before I really start explaining what's gonna
Is
happen.
Krabby's daughter a whale?
Oh dang it! I don't have the player tokens on the map even.
Let's-
Okay, this is gonna take a second longer than I thought it would.
Let's hope. Let's
We could roleplay.
we can handle a crab. We can't handle a whale, so you better not.
Well, we're on dry land, so we actually have the advantage.
Who?
Aha! Lightning
well,
poke it
what-
in the nose.
I just don't want him to turn into giant crab legs. Crab.
Actually, so you said you're dismissing Grabby, right?
As long as he doesn't pull out a knife, I think we're fine. Because he pulls out a knife. Because he pulls out a knife. Well, I'm betting all you people, because I'm not gonna die.
What if? Just say what if. Thrak opens up his backpack and kind of motions him over.
As long as you don't have a knife in that backpack, I think we're fine with that.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
I thought the crab was bigger than your bag.
I thought it was a small crab.
I thought it
Okay.
was like a giant crab.
He's not like
Um,
I don't think he was a full-grown giant crab, but he was a
I
larger
thought
crab.
he was like the size of a person crab is what I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah, he's about the size of a person.
Oh,
Oh.
so yeah, he's a big. He's a
He's a big
person.
boy.
He's,
He's a big boy, yeah.
he's not like Kamatoa big, but he's the size of a person.
So
Okay, I'm just gonna while I'm laying out what's about to happen. Go ahead and start rolling for initiative.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, well, the crab was that big, and the knife was about the same size as a crab. That thing isn't a knife.
Roll
That's a
initiative.
It's a freaking long sword, is what it's got.
You-
It's a
you-
katana.
You can
Crab
click on
katana.
your token and then hit
Yeah.
the initiative button. on your sheet.
I just started remembering because you didn't have the map set up yet. I wasn't sure.
Okay.
If you...
But yeah, our
So-
tokens are literally sitting
Oh yeah,
on the
Yeah.
thing.
So
Holy
So-
crap!
also
Okay.
E5.
So,
I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah, well,
They're just like blended into the thing to make it look like they're part of the graphic. But those
Initiative.
are
Where the
actual
hell is the
tokens.
play initiative? I keep never seeing it every time.
It's
Top middle.
Top middle.
Oh, jeez.
okay,
Yeah, there you
so
go.
It looks exactly like all the other things up there. It's
and
like it was
actually,
anything.
TZ, you rolled with
I did.
you
Oh.
rolled with
Yeah,
advantage on. That should have been a 10. I'll leave it at 12 though. Close enough. Anyhow, you guys are walking through the
Actually,
city.
no, you're going to
heading-
need to make that a 10 because we don't know what's going to organize it with Datra's also having a 12.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you guys are walking through the city, heading towards. You've gotten like about maybe 10 minutes, 10 minutes out of the gates, and you just suddenly hear thumping noises on a couple of rooftops nearby, and you hear, Ribbert, Ribbert, Ribbert.
Oh dear.
And all of a sudden, 3 giant toads leap down around the party.
Oh boys, it looks like we're having.
As we're headed towards the inn?
Yes. And we
This is,
see
this is after you guys have left the inn.
Oh, as we're heading back towards the gate then.
Yeah, as you're heading towards the temple, because
we see-
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
'cause I already
really
did-
fast forwarding. You haven't really told us where we're at.
no, he said like as we were leaving the town. After 10 minutes after you left the town.
But I thought we were
Left the
leaving the
city.
town and going into a freaking city because there's a freaking wall around it.
We're in the city. We left the
You left
city.
the you left
We're
the
10
slums.
minutes out of the city.
You left the slums through the gate after resting before leaving. Sorry,
Ay. Either way,
Anyway.
because
anyway,
I already mentioned you guys rested and were fed, and I was getting the encounter table up.
so does anyone know how to cook frog?
Do we happen to see a blue-haired girl, a blonde girl, and a girl with a large hat running away from these
No,
toads?
no.
I do know
Darn.
if you pour salt on them, they continue kicking after they're dead.
I'm gonna really beat myself up for this one, but
I
was there a kid
I
with an orange
forgot what
jumpsuit on him?
was the reference.
One
we're making,
person
Dylan?
talking at a time, please.
Konosuba.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Our turn orders disappeared.
Oh,
I'll
maybe
close it when you're
you might have
open.
lost it when it moved over to the other map.
Is it there now?
Nope.
You might need to refresh. Is it missing
Does
for
anyone
everyone
else see it?
No,
Yeah.
I mean the map thing is blurry as hell, but I see the tokens and everything. Just
oh wow! It showed
No,
up
the
as-
turn order. Do you see it?
I only see the.
Oh.
I only see the
Oh.
toads in the turn
yeah,
order.
I just see the toads.
You only see the toads in the turn order?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
I guess repost what your number was, and Ozzie can handle it out.
Hold on.
Mine was 7.
mine was 20.
It's on the chat, guys. You don't need to retype it.
It's there
Yeah.
for me, so I'm just gonna try something. Fucking hell. Ah. I'm
We just
hitting
re-roll
enter-
initiative, and it'll drop on the new map.
Hold on. Well, it's there for me, so it should be there for everybody else.
No.
Should I try
Ah,
refresh?
Fucking hell.
Should I try refresh?
I'll try it.
Free
Just
No.
versus. Actually, it probably just ruined the music now that I think of it. Dang
Hold
it.
on. I'm gonna stop the music.
No, they still haven't loaded.
Yeah, I'm deleting everyone off of it real quick. I know.
Okay, now the map anymore.
Huh?
The map became less blurry now.
Yeah, it finally loaded in for you,
It
basically.
took a while. It
Yeah.
was blurry at first, but it loaded in like 20 seconds later.
How do I add people to?
I don't think you can. I think we have to all
I think
re-roll.
we have to roll, and then you can set them to the original, to the new number.
Yeah, re-roll it, I guess. Fuck.
Oh man, I
It
like
shouldn't.
my roll.
It shouldn't have done that, but
I like my
I
roll.
remember what everyone. I remember what almost everyone was. So I just need you to be on the thing so I can give you the proper number.
Wait, it's not letting me
Oh,
click my token.
well.
You got to select the token and then hit initiative.
Yeah.
No, oh, now it's clear, but it's not letting me click the token.
Click and drag, see if it selects it.
No.
You have
Do you
the.
have it on the arrow in the upper left?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You're not on pan view instead.
No, on the mouse. Select.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Boy.
So you can't click your token. You
Right.
have it set to select move. Then you're going to need to refresh.
This is where I take another sip of my drink.
I just realized I don't have a drink.
Oh, now it does it. Yeah.
I have two.
Deadlock, do you remember what your number was?
Mine was 7.
I just don't remember what Thrax was.
I believe, according to this, mine was 5.
Thrak is TZ, right? So,
No.
Thrax.
The
yeah.
track is Matt.
Thrak.
So Thrax was
Thrax-
5 before we.
No, Thrak was 4. Oh, 5. Yeah,
I just
5.
rolled 4.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh yeah,
saw
I
the
just
5.
realized I can just scroll up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone's seeing their stuff on the thing now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We are good now.
Okay, I will not have you roll before being on this screen again.
Yeah.
How many you are?
we learned.
Because I also realized part of the problem is it doesn't recognize those as being the same tokens, even though they have the same stats
That
tied
makes
to
a
them.
lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
That does make a lot of sense from a programming standpoint.
Okay, so Shogoth is first.
Oh boy. Okay. I guess the toad that's behind us?
These are
That-
giant frogs.
Is that behind us or front of us?
You mean it'd be the one that's
Top
What
or
is-
bottom?
Bottom.
that would be behind you because the wizards are at the back. So that's behind you.
Okay. Firebolt that one.
Okay.
The two tanks are this massive fucking Oni and this 3-foot tall kobold.
6
That bear.
damage.
That bear fucking hit.
Yeah, it hits and it goes "Rrrr," as the blast of fire hits it.
We're
his
gonna
shoulder.
help you!
That-
No, you hit
oh,
us, we'll
oh.
attack you!
Oh, I wanted to blow up one of his eyeballs.
I just realized these things don't move as far as I thought they did.
Operation Oni Fro Cobalt.
I'm actually fighting the urge to do something with the Oni.
Please hold back.
It slowly hops towards you. Nikki.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll take my spear and throw it at the thing.
Which
At
one?
this one right here.
The one that's coming at you from behind. Okay.
That's
So
from behind.
I'm assuming that the wizards have probably at least turned around, knowing that thing's coming at you from behind. Especially because you probably definitely heard it slamming on the ground as it moved towards you.
Okay.
I would imagine so.
Alright, so yeah, I will throw my spear at that one.
Real quick, Ozzie, I had a question. And it's
Spear
related
misses.
to
Goes flying down the street.
No!
and it's related to Aaron's character. Do these creatures count as monstrosities or animals?
They count as large beasts, so that'd be an animal.
Okay.
So yes, that would be added to the list of things she could turn into now if she wanted to.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Just make sure that you're close to your target.
Sweet.
Here's the thing: is these things actually have a lot of health, but they are only a challenge rating of 1, so they're not considered too powerful for you to be allowed to turn
I would
into.
imagine they're slow and they have a pretty bad AC.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're freaking beefy
But,
things with bad AC.
If I did turn into one, would someone be able to ride on my back as well?
God
Yeah.
damn it! Oh,
In theory, it'd be pretty tough jumping around, but probably.
Yeah.
Help with
Okay,
the or something.
Datris.
Yes, I'd like to purchase a giant frog saddle.
I'll hold my turn to do something. If Aaron's up for it.
What do you have in mind?
You said you want someone to ride the giant frog, right?
I was wondering if I turned into a giant frog, if someone would be able to ride me.
I would suggest turning into one of these to fight themselves, because its main ability wouldn't work.
Alright. Then I will guess... you said these things have massive health, so... But it's a problem, though, is a lot of my spells are... AoEs. Oh, wait, no they aren't. I guess I'll just do a magic missile, all 3 on the one in front of me.
The one that's behind you?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't forget I made a magic missile macro for you, so I don't gotta keep rolling.
Alright. Oh.
Just
4.
click the magic missile button twice. There should be a button at the bottom of the screen that says magic missile, so you don't actually have to click the spell that many times.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's 8 damage.
Yeah.
Giant toad, that's the one up here. I shouldn't have put these so far away when I didn't pay attention to what their movement speed was.
Wah, wah, wah.
Kashi.
Who must I kill? This one's close enough.
Kill the big green things. That's
Don't you
my
know
answer.
Onis are colorblind?
Are they?
No.
Are they? Oh.
They're colorblind. They kill everything equally. How do my weapons keep disappearing too?
I don't know.
They should be near the top of your sheet.
Yeah, okay, there's. I'll use two-handed. That's on the versatile.
That's a miss, unfortunately.
Ouch.
You rolled a natural 1.
Mm-hmm.
Smack yourself in the face.
No, that would be a fumble table.
I mean, you do have the one ability that would allow you to add another roll to it, but you still might miss even then, so I'm not sure it's worth it.
It's his call if he does.
Corridor.
There will be other turns.
Oops, I gotta put myself back on so I can move. Okay, move here and attack the toad.
I'm really just trying to draw his attention so he stops stepping towards the rest of the party.
Yeah, pretty much.
Corridor had the same idea, I'm guessing, because he's beefier than the mages anyhow.
Right. Okay, and rapier.
That is a hit.
Max damage too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he saw you coming towards him and leaned forward, ready to attack you, and then you poked him right in the eye, and he's like, "Arr!" He's not looking super happy right now. Rack.
Okay. My move is going to be a little bit more crazy.
Oh,
No.
So first of all, I want to draw your attention to over here. Are these crates really here?
No, they're really just there as part
Dang it.
part of the map.
I wanted to hop on top of them and then hop on top of the toad and start stabbing.
Do you have to be on the toad to do that?
Yes, because
Have
it's
you-
more epic that
have
way.
you seen Monster Hunter World?
Sadly, no, because I kept prolonging because I thought we were playing together.
So there's no way to leap on top of them. It's just run over there then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, for shame. Oh well, I guess I'll just walk over there.
If I
Don't you-
have
don't-
to,
don't-
I
guess.
basically just needed a map of a street to use.
That's the
Don't-
no reason why it can't actually be there.
Don't you mean waddle over there?
I mean,
Well, I'm not a penguin, so fuck you.
Whatever you say, stupid lizard.
You shut up or I'll let the toad eat you.
For that.
I mean, if you really wanted to do that, I guess make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Oh, this is
Hop on
gonna-
the toad, hop on the toad.
Oh, this is gonna be lovely.
+3 acrobatics, hop on the toad.
That's a fail, though. I'm gonna say you tried jumping on him and then you ended up sliding back in front of him. So make your attack. You didn't injure yourself, but you failed to get on him because of the
You know,
sliminess.
you're supposed to aim for the toad, not the floor.
Bite me.
But he did hit the toad, though. He
Ah.
just slipped onto the floor.
That's a miss.
And he's covered in
I-
toad mucus.
I've got to be antagonistic to the lizard. Leave me.
So, okay, this
Keep
toad
being
is in front of you.
antagonistic, I'll stab you in your heel.
I'll burn your eyes out, your sockets.
You have to catch me first.
Start just dodge rolling like I'm in Dark Souls.
Gotta catch me first.
Until the enemy pulls a bullshit move and hits the whole area around you, taking you for a spin.
Until
In which
he
case, you're
runs
killing
out of
yourself.
stamina and-
That too.
Okay, so the toad lashes at you with its tongue. That's a miss.
Aha!
Shogoth.
First toad again. Firebolt.
That's the hit, but that's really terrible damage.
Yeah, it is. Sadly.
Okay, so that
You just
toad.
see this powerful flame come out of the hand, and it just shrinks down to this mighty, minuscule flame, and as it hits a toad, and you just hear a swirl.
Toad looks down at the dwarf that just stabbed him.
Ignoring the wizard who could barely hit it for damage.
That was not what I guess I gotta make a separate attack roll for that.
If it eats the dwarf, I'm not pulling him out.
Yeah, I assume it's like a grapple.
Oh wait, no. The way I see what it is, the way this works is he has to have already grappled you first.
Ah,
Okay, but you did hit for 11 damage.
Ooh.
You gotta make a save to get free from his tongue on your turn.
okay, what kind of save? Is
Well,
it?
we're gonna get to it in a second. It doesn't realize it doesn't say what. I'm assuming a strength save.
I believe trying to get out of grapple is a strength check. Yes.
Yeah. Nikki, you got you realize your dwarf friend just got grabbed. It doesn't look too good.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to run up beside him and start hacking at the tongue with my scimitar.
Ooh.
He grabbed him with his tongue. I take it right.
Yeah, he's trying to pull him in, basically.
Make him
Alright,
taste
so-
steel.
Taste this, bastard.
Ooh.
4 damage. You definitely heard it. It's not. It's not. I hit the wrong thing.
That's one hell of a tongue piercing.
Beatrice.
We just met. No tongue.
Just goes,
Well, kind of stop them when their tongues literally, and not in the kinky way.
Beatrice just looks all depressed and it's like, whatever.
Would you stop being emo and get into the battle?
You're one to talk.
I'm not emo. I'm just angry.
She's not emo. She's a pain in the neck.
And that thing needs a new brain.
Says the one in the next one.
Oh, shut up, scale brain.
Want to talk, hornhead?
So is this going to be your turn?
The turn never happens because we just keep yelling at each other.
I guess I'll just do a magnified gravity.
I'm evil now.
I just suddenly picture an image of Beatrice. There's just a little cloud over his head, constantly raining. He's just looking sad while the rest of the group.
Oh wow!
Wait, would it be raining or snowing?
Of course, that's my luck.
Wow!
I mean, you still did 6 damage to him, but
Guess I'll reverse the gravity or make it stronger on him. Oh, he saved.
Either way, Beatrice became
Crud.
became Eeyore.
okay, the one in front of
That means
Akashi.
he's the best character, Winnie the Pooh.
That's
I guess
That's
that makes
true.
you Piglet.
That hit unless you want to activate your one ability to increase your armor class.
Akashi.
Easy.
Okay. I thought you were still in the middle of a conversation with him.
No, you're getting attacked by a toad.
Oh, that you did not listen to what was said.
Oh, I wasn't. What was going on?
You got because everybody started talking in the middle of the fight. He got distracted. The toad hit you unless you want to activate your one ability that increases your armor class for the rest of the turn.
Oh, I guess I don't need that now. Just moving forward.
All right. Well, so you did. Then you actually did roll and hit it then, but you took 8 damage and you're grappled. You can't move away from him.
I have no intention of moving away from him. He pulls me in. I just get a closer shot.
Yeah.
Rip
Door
your
to
jaw
door.
open.
Okay. Now
Now you gotta make a strength save to get free from his tongue. Okay, you broke free.
Yay. And then I go. I say as I stab him with my rapier, I say, "At least take me out on a date first."
You stab him right under the chin, and he just lets out one last croak and collapses to the ground.
I'll learn ya.
Thrak.
Okay.
At least this one.
Gonna try and stab
Oh,
again.
Oh, you're not gonna try to leap on it again?
Bite me.
Up yours, scale brain.
Frickin' frack.
Yeah, your rapier just seems to keep sliding off his slimy skin.
I'll harm you. Thud, 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 thud.
The giant toad retaliates with an attack of its own and just narrowly misses.
Eh.
Shoga,
Which
you're
one's more-
realizing that Akashi might be in trouble in a second.
So probably.
Actually, hold on, real quick, just to see, make sure you didn't, because you technically should have rolled a strength check or a strength save on your turn. Roll a strength check or save real quick, TZ.
Strength.
No, you're still grappled.
Oh dear. So firebolt that toad then.
Probably a good idea.
Okay.
Lift with the legs, Akashi, not the back.
Hey, let go of the big red guy. We need him for a meat shield.
I'm a meat shield. They can't touch me.
Not you, idiot for brains. The other meat shield, the actual useful one.
Oh wait,
See,
stop talking.
you singe the toad's nose as it yells out in pain.
Does it let go? Does it let go?
No, no, it does not automatically let go from that.
Oh.
Nope.
It's just that if it gets another successful hit, it will swallow Akashi whole.
Does Akashi at least like the smell of burnt toad?
It's just sneaky.
Alright.
Nikki.
Oh, bloody hell. So I'm gonna, like, run up there and start hacking away at it again with my scimitar.
Nikki, don't disappoint me.
Alright, so let's
This
see.
entire place is disappointing.
Unless you guys think I should heal him.
You were a disappointment when you were born, Threk.
Healing him won't actually help him that much if he gets pulled in.
Yeah, alright, so scimitar time. Oh, time to cut off some legs on this toad. Damn it!
Yeah, your scimitar just bounces off his slimy fat flesh.
Kashi, you might be in trouble.
You're doomed.
Datris looks at Shogoff. Looks really irritated at her. He goes, "You know, I've proposed a theory that your attitude is the reason why you're still single and you can never be married." And then he, he lets out his hand and lets out a magic missile at the toad. Alright, so what do I hit to
Down underneath the player names, there should be a button that says Magic Missile. At the very bottom of the screen. I'm pretty positive I made you able to see that macro.
Like
Both
where
you
the
and
map
Kevin
is.
should be able to see it. Down at the bottom of the screen, underneath the player names, not the character names.
I don't see it.
Where are you looking?
Oh,
On the map screen or the journal screen?
yeah, there's no macro there.
Kevin, do you see the Magic Missile button down at the
I
bottom?
just hit a D4 two times.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see it. I think.
So that'd be +1, so that'd be 4 and 5. Plus. No, it'd be 3.
Let me
and
do the
4,
math.
so
Hold
that'd
on.
be
5, 9, 13,
9
12.
damage.
Actually, yeah, there shouldn't be a 4 because you already rolled once. 6 plus.
Yeah, it would be 9 damage. Sorry, the macro wasn't working.
Actually, it's 10 damage.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, you're not hitting the +1s.
Okay, that giant toad's turn now.
So,
I didn't kill it.
one holding Akashi or the other one?
One holding Akashi.
Oh boy.
Gotta bring up the advanced dice roller because I don't.
Chomp.
Well, luckily it yanked on Akashi, and Akashi just said no and stayed in place. Akashi's turn.
Hey, at least you didn't become toad food.
At least not at this time. Is this tongue still on me? Do I still need to try
You
to
gotta
grapple?
make a strength saving throw to try and break free again. It just failed to pull you in all the way. That's 1 point short of what you needed.
Ugh,
I mean, you could still attack it, you just can't move.
I'm not going anywhere.
That's a hit. Yeah, you just swing your katana at it, and its tongue lets go because its tongue goes flying across the battlefield from you chopping it off. It lets out a gurgle and collapses on the ground.
Lace has one problem out of the way. One other problem out of the way.
Dordor.
Alright.
I'm leaving that there.
Okay, I'm going to have to use my bonus action to dash. And
Luckily,
get
you
right-
haven't dashed recently, so you won't suffer exhaustion from doing
Right.
it.
And use my rapier to attack that toad.
I'm your weak spot.
And I
And
get
then
the
sneak attack. Okay, 'cause
Oh wait, I hit the wrong thing, didn't I? Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, you did. Another thing. There you go.
10 damage total. So that toad finally got hit. It's just like,
Not for the lack of trying.
it's just the toad could talk. I just picture it going, another rapier out of nowhere. I didn't expect. Drax's turn.
Yeah, about the only other thing I can really do is just try to keep swinging at it. So swing again.
Hit it. Why? Why do you fail me? Don't break this stupid
trying to-
sword. It keeps rolling twos.
Trying to think if you got. You don't have any attack spells other than smite, which requires you to hit, right?
Right.
Yeah, it requires me to hit in order to smite something. Everything I rolled refuses to hit right now. Everything for an entire round of combat.
It's because your hands are too slimy from jumping on the toad.
Fuck
Well,
you.
Stupid.
It's still got its sights set on Thrak because it's been trying to eat him longer, and
And again, I just
likes
keep
to-
whapping on him, and it just keeps
it
like
likes the
that's
smell of
annoying.
kobold.
He looks
And
more
ten-
delicious.
Thrak just ducks under his tongue and goes, "Ha! Can't hit me either."
I can at least hit him, but it has no effect. But he can't grab me. Too
Oh
fast.
god!
Dodge roll.
Okay, let's firebolt that bastard now.
Oh, Shogoth's not even using the big guns; just keeps throwing firebolts at people. Actually,
Well,
technically, Matt, you could have done something else. You could have actually used your shield's power, but I don't know if you want to waste that on a giant toad.
No, I don't wanna. This
Especially
is
now
not
it's
supposed to
down
be
to
a nasty
one.
fight. It's just literally the game. You know what? The way that it's been
Oh.
rolling for me, Ozzie, it would roll so I would not be able to do anything to it anyways.
What would be considered my big guns?
Actual spells instead of your cantrips.
Well, yeah,
Well-
but from
Use a real spell.
watch it, dumb lizard.
I'm watching. I'm watching. You're still not doing anything.
all right.
The droid's better than you.
Throw a little flame over there.
Watch this hit.
Here, hang on. Let me see here. It's 25 feet, right? Oh, I don't think it's gonna be strong enough though. I think produce flame only goes for 20 feet. Oh no, I can 30 feet. Okay, so yeah, I'm
I
going
was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it should be far enough.
Yeah, it should be fine. All right, so I'm gonna throw a flame, produce flame on this guy right here. So, this guy right here.
Yep.
Obviously, he's the only one there. All right. Boing.
Well, you hit, but it was only one.
At least a
damage.
hit.
He's so evasive.
Fire just bounces off its head and just kind of looks at you like, huh?
Oh,
Beatrice.
that's wrong.
Do I smell frog legs?
Nikki, you disappoint me.
Aw.
Unless she hit it.
That was the funny thing. I don't know if you noticed in the actual token, the toad has a human hand sticking out of its mouth.
I know
I
something
couldn't
quite
was in
tell
there,
what
but I
that
couldn't,
was.
couldn't
Yeah, I
tell
can't
if
really
that was
see
a
what it
bone
is.
or like.
It looks like a
it's
bone.
kinda tough. You can't see exactly what it is. Kind of cut off around the corner.
What are you gonna do, Beatrice?
Well, Datcher seems to be doing all right when he's making sick burns on Cho'Gath. So he's gonna make another burn going. Now, how do I want to phrase this? Alright. Wow, that corset is not doing you any favors.
Oh, you're gonna make it make a saving throw.
Yeah. I burned all my spell slots.
Good job.
Wow.
Just made it.
Huh?
Just
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah, and it just kind of looks around like, what was that? Akashi.
Can I approach him from the south?
Yes.
From the south and
I believe that's a miss again.
That is
isn't
a miss.
it? Yeah.
Ah, gee.
It's on edge from getting surrounded, and it just like instinctively moves to the side slightly when you come running at it.
I told you it's fast.
Thordor.
Hey, time for some shish kebab.
Jeez.
You stab it right in the chest, and he just goes, "Urgh," and you see a couple bones go flying out of its mouth. You think it just spat up part of its previous dinner.
Okay. Sneak attack.
Track. Oh yeah. Roll
What,
for sneak attack
Sneak
damage.
attack.
Two more damage. Okay, Thrak, you get to roll advantage because you actually have allies standing around you now.
Yay! But technically, didn't he have allies last turn too? Because I was there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
but I
right.
think I forgot
I
about
about that.
Get hit.
That's a hit.
Finally.
Oh, and I get to do smite.
Are you going to?
Yes. So that's a
Isn't it 2d8 more damage?
yeah.
Because he's not undead, so it wouldn't be 3d8.
Yeah, it wouldn't be 3d8, so 2d8. Roll 2d8. 14
Okay,
additional
yeah, so-
damage.
Yeah, so your rapier pierces into its shoulder, and it kind of is like, oh, and then just a force of divine energy smashes it, and it collapses on the ground.
When I hit you, you get what's coming to you.
Good for you. Now go take a bath.
That's the wrong music. Okay,
Says the
So
person
you
that can't
survive.
even fireball, you stink.
so you survive.
You're covered in toad slime.
You survive. So
Mucus. Toads have mucus.
Either way, it's gross.
I've got plenty of toad for dinner.
the question is, do you guys want to heal up before you move? Use any healing spells? Because Akashi and Thordor actually got hit kind of hard.
Actually, let me double check my ability. I think I only have my spell slots, and I only have one left.
I've got all three
you
of
also
mine.
have lay on hands.
Lay on hands, but it only can do. Oh, I guess it can do 10 health.
Like if you use all that on Thordor, you'd only be missing 1 health.
Yeah.
So sure, lay on hands on Thordor. So you're only missing 1. And then I'm going to use my last spell slot on Cure Wounds to help Akashi.
Okay.
So
Hooray.
burned all my spell slots today. Hooray!
I still have all of mine.
Cure Wounds. I told it to.
Same-
Oh,
same here.
spell level 1. Submit.
Shogoth Gash has theirs.
Yep.
7 hit points.
Which
Almost.
is
That worked
also
out pretty
one.
well.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
There
we're
you go.
both went off now.
All right, so
May
I'm not even
Sif
gonna bother-
bless you.
Boonk and walk away.
I will switch back to the other screen so that if I actually, depending on what happens, I'll be able to set up the next table. One more before you reach your destination. Let's see what you guys end up with this time.
Oh boy. Suddenly a bone dragon shows up.
We're all dead.
Immediately starts barrowing.
It's the
We're
undead.
all boned.
Really, Deadlock?
That's
Yes.
not funny.
I hope it doesn't give up.
It
You know
would be
what?
that monster from the Power Rangers movie.
I hope you
You
give
know
up.
what?
And immediately pulls the dirt over his head as he continues to burrow.
You know, Deadlock, that joke was bad to the bone.
Yes, Lord.
They will never find your body.
I think you're all a bunch of boneheads.
You're all dead.
It's a real skeleton crew.
That doesn't even say. You don't even say bone.
bone and skeleton are the same thing. A bone dragon's like basically a skeleton of
Yeah.
a dragon.
Yeah, but the whole joke was saying
Yes.
bone, not saying skeleton.
These jokes are bone tired.
I
See,
think
we-
somebody
Very
needs to
good.
get
The
bone.
well
Serendipity.
is bone dry.
I hate you all.
I would say Shogolf has a bone to pick with us.
Yes. Just gotta hope that the next time we make a roll, we don't pull a boner.
Oh,
It's too late. We only got one in the team. Look.
Oh my god.
This is the point where microphones end up muted for the rest of the game.
You,
Or-
it's all your fault.
Or Kevin deafens.
So you guys are traveling. You feel like you're about halfway there. You've seen some weird shit, around the town. You think you've seen some monsters and stuff that just didn't notice you, so you just kept going because this town is a chaotic mess right now. Then you're walking down the road and you see in the middle of the road just what looks like a pile of skeletons and a bloody mush. And you kind of start to slow down, and then you hear what sound like
A bone dragon.
an animal. what sound like animals laughing.
Oh, that no good. That no good at all.
And you see a bunch of hyenas coming out around you.
I didn't know we walked into a mammoth an elfin graveyard.
No, it's a dragon
boy.
graveyard.
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative. It's a 6.
That's a 10.
It's a 7.
It's a me, Mario.
what the?
Beatrice, 23.
And
Oh, wait.
Gashnicki has a 15 because of the +5.
Hey, Zerav and Matt didn't get shitty rolls.
Actually, I was on advantage, but the other roll was a 9, so it was the 16 that got through.
Stop leaving advantage on.
It can't be helped. You do it too.
Time we get to be in front of the
I
line.
never
You would do it
had
too if you
advantage.
have ever turned it on.
The time
Actually,
we get in front of the mission.
where's Kashishnik? I gotta give her extra 5. Or him his extra 5.
Gash has a 10.
Yeah,
Yay!
now it's a 15.
Woo. Wow, there's a lot of hyenas.
Yes,
Yep,
there
there's
is.
a lot. Both sides.
You're all gonna
He's
die
at
down
only-
here.
I think you mean 3 sides.
Jeez.
No, front and back.
So, Dashris, you're first, and you notice that you had a swarm of hungry-looking animals running at you, guys. You're also really confused why these things are under the sea.
I'm also like, oh, this is terrible, but I'm gonna say it anyways because I'll regret it later if I don't. Datra is seeing the odds against him, and that we're probably not going to survive. Not everyone will survive this. It's just going to look at the Shogoff. Well, seeing we might not survive this, I'll just say you're mildly attractive. And he's going to do a sapping sting if there's any hyena close to him or something.
Gashish Nikki looks
The one
kind
off
of
to the
mildly
right's probably the
askance.
closest. How far does Sapping Sting reach?
That's what I'm afraid of. I think it's 30 feet. Shit.
You have to
Yeah.
move closer, so
How much
About
closer?
there. About
Yeah,
there.
about there.
Yeah, and I'll cast Sapping Sting.
Match.
Whoa. So it's a Constitution save.
That's a lot of hyenas. Dude.
Well, he failed. He falls over with a yelp. I forget. Getting up from prone takes half your movement speed, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, that's not going to matter too much considering their movement speed is 50.
Oh.
But okay, where is this one? Okay, that's the one down there. Select move.
So many hyenas, we gotta figure out which one's which.
That one didn't get very far because he was too far away. Even with a 50 movement, because they're really far away. Thrak, your turn. There's two of them coming up from behind, but you got a lot more of them in the front still, because none of them are dead. Just not much has happened yet. You do got a crossbow, so in case you want to use a range
I was gonna say, I don't think I can actually run up to any of them yet. Yeah, the closest one is 35. Yep, so I can't even walk up to him. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to step in front of the freaking wizard. And
You could try to lure them together to bunch them up and then like fireball them or something.
We don't have a fireball.
Well,
no
maybe
fireballs.
sort
We're
we
level
have any
2.
sort of AoE.
We're all out of AoEs. We already burned through all of our spells, so we got nothing.
I still have my
Shogun.
Shogoth has burning hands, but that's harder to set up.
Haha!
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
shooting the one that already got sapping sting.
Yep.
Actually, here's the thing.
Oh,
You needed to roll with disadvantage because it's prone.
Oh,
I'm just gonna say you did that. I'm just gonna say and count the lower roll from those two, and you still hit anyhow. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, the hyena's on its back, and just all of a sudden gets an arrow, and the next like, yeah!
well, that one never got to move, and that was the second to last one to move.
Datra is seeing Brad killing the hyena, fist bumps him and goes, bros, what hose?
Where my bros later? I gotta be eaten.
Is this one comes marching
One
in?
comes, this one comes flying right at Datris. He's nice and meaty, wearing cloth armor, and he saw his buddy get knocked over. Oh, jeez.
The stupid jokes I make.
Yeah, he just chomps into your leg for 4
Karma
damage.
is a piece of work.
Ha!
Where is my
And this
health?
one's gonna come and runs up to Akashi. And Akashi just bats him away with his katana. Which one is this one? Once they're all closer, I won't have to keep going which one is this one, because they won't all be on different parts of the screen. This one comes running forward, doesn't actually reach anyone.
Next one's top one too.
This one also runs up to Akashi. Fails miserably at trying to bite. That's a lot of 16s, god damn. This one's not going to reach anyone, he's too far away.
Wait, this one was able to reach him too? This particular hyena was able to bite him too, because he.
No, there's two that are now up at him though. Unless you're not seeing the one that's to the left of the one that bit him the first time.
I mean, I see. I just thought there was 3 attacks on him.
No,
No.
only 2.
You're seeing the attack that was on Datris and then the 2 that were on Akashi. It's just Nikki.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do another throw of my spear. And I'm going to throw it at this one.
Okay.
Spooky.
So let's see.
Oh, that's a.
It just goes
Ooh.
right over or something.
Yeah, you just go to throw it, and all of a sudden you swing your hand too far, and you just end up slamming the spear into the ground, and it bounces forward a couple feet in front of you.
I'm just
Damn
picturing that scene from Ace Ventura when nature calls.
Yeah, got to late.
Just with Akashi, though.
Okay. Did somebody leave and come back in?
Not that I know of.
I heard it, but I don't know who it was.
It was me. Can you hear me?
Okay. Shoga,
Yes, I can hear
if
you.
you- yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Here's an idea. Don't miss.
Yeah, you see, you realize there's so many of them. There's no way that one of them isn't gonna get into melee range of you.
I try to miss. You roll a 1. You critical. Damn it. That's the only way you can defeat the Trask.
For 24 hours, we've made it the rules that you have to roll 1 instead of 20.
I'm just trying to say what I should do in this situation.
I mean, just as something to mention is if you were to move here, you could burning hands both of those ones.
Or
I was thinking maybe the ones like right in front of Kashi and try to at least get.
There's that, but you also realize those ones aren't likely to run past him to attack you.
Yeah, good point.
It's up to you. I mean, you could hit all three of the ones attacking Akashi with burning hands if you moved up next to him.
And it's probably if that's our best AoE, that's probably our best bet of using it. They are going to bust up.
I rather go with my plan. Go with the ones in front of Kashi. So like here.
No, you got to be right next to him because if you just if
right.
you're standing behind him, you'd hit him.
Okay, so right here.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it's the cone attack.
Right.
Okay. I didn't even realize there was a saving throw on that.
I didn't know that either.
So they take half damage if they
Does that work
save.
with the cone or no?
No. It's.
I would assume it's more like, the two in front of me. That's the middle of the cone, and the one in the side is also in the path.
Because that one is so far away. The cone, it would probably be hard to get it in a cone. You'd be better off hitting the three that are directly up.
Burning Hands is 15 feet, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Yeah, and if you shot a cone that way, he'd hit Akashi.
Ah, no, I see your point.
Oh well, they're not going to be grouped this well anywhere at any other time in the battle. So
That one failed. They all failed.
oh,
Awesome.
No!
They're all dead.
Woo!
They go down in a blaze of pasta.
a blaze of pasta.
I don't know how that made any sense.
I just take my burning hands and blow on them. Go, and that's how it's done.
Thordor,
Okay.
there are considerably less hyenas all of a sudden.
Yes, sir.
And now, the one that I was thinking of going for is still alive, which is the one that's attacking Datris. So.
Oh yeah, and I pet on Akashi's shoulder, going.
And because
Took care of him for you, big guy.
You killed it without even doing the sneak attack damage. Hyenas don't have a lot of health. That's why there's so many of them.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was. But I was going to wait to gauge your response, but Kevin was stalking, so I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and roll it.
Kashi, you realize that a lot of your targets are gone. All of a sudden.
Like I said, I pat him on the shoulder, going.
I just realized this is actually his first turn. He just saw a bunch of hyenas walk up to him and go up in a burst of flames.
I look at Kashi. Oh,
You're close enough.
I'm sorry. Did you want those?
Yeah, I think your services might be more needed in the south than the north up here.
Or he's taking out that one, so there's no more to worry about in the north.
Going after it, why not?
Was Akashi mad that I killed them all?
No, it's just as long as they're dead. His mission is to make sure nobody else dies. So if the best thing you can do is stand out there and draw their attention, that whatever works.
It's kind of hard to tell with him because he's always looking very mad all the time.
That's just his natural Oni musk.
I know.
Yeah, you just walk up and slice that one in half. Which was the one that was about to go. Datris, your turn.
I'm gonna sapping sting on that one.
He's saved. Don't even bother clicking it.
Oh, darn it.
Would have been terrible anyway if it did hit.
Alright, this one runs up at Akashi and tries to take a chomp out of him. That actually hit.
Ow.
He just runs up and takes a bite out of your arm.
Ow.
Where is this one?
Now he's missing a chunk of his arm.
Smells blood in the water and just runs straight ahead and also tries to attack Akashi.
Oh boy.
And hits for 6 damage.
Oh god.
Ow.
Ow!
Yeah, Akashi just got bit a whole bunch. It just Thrak.
Thrak has got a plan. He's got a really good plan. Runs over to here. Oh, that's a measuring. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep. And he's going to use the magic on his shield. He's also going to cast Burning Hands.
Oh, jeez.
Make sure you don't hit Kashi.
It's a cone, so it's a 15-foot cone, so all I have to do is make sure it's aimed that way. And misses him.
Yeah, it basically, because you're not standing right next to him like Shogoth was, you can hit those 3 without hitting him.
Yep.
Okay, you should have the spell on your sheet. To be able to click on it.
Do I have this? Actually, yeah, that's right. I think you did have the spell. It's just that I don't have to technically use spell points to cast it.
Yeah, you don't have to use a spell slot. I just added it to your sheet so it wouldn't be such a pain in the ass to roll for it.
I assume it's just a level 1.
Yeah. Oh, fuck! I'm not even gonna bother rolling because even if they save, they're dead.
Well, it just looks like someone got out Burning Hands.
This one, let me roll
Time for them to roll brains. Do you actually keep trying to kill them? Yes or no?
No, he's stupid. He's stupid. He's getting.
He's real dumb.
Well, he wants Oni for dinner.
Is that the one that's constantly going?
Possibly.
Yeah, shush, Nikki.
What was the dumb hyena? What was the dumb one hyena liking named?
Wait a minute. There's one down there that I never.
An Ed.
Yeah, I don't know
Let's
why you
see.
skipped him.
There, I moved him up. He still wouldn't have been close enough to hit anyone.
Right.
Alright. I'm going to run ahead.
You're not gonna throw a
And
spear
just-
again?
No.
He already threw it. Can't
Oh.
pick
I threw
it.
it the
Or threw it, no
opposite
spear now.
direction.
Yeah, he'd have to wait. He'd have to waste a turn picking it back up.
Oh.
Hopefully, my scimitar doesn't bounce off this one.
No.
Yay!
Yeah, you give him a nasty slash in the shoulder, but he's still standing. I hit the wrong thing. There.
Why did you hit the wrong thing?
Zareth, do you having connection issues or something?
Zareth?
Oh.
Somebody is.
Seraph?
Yeah, I'm here. Here.
You just disconnected and reconnected again, right?
Right, because you guys keep going silent on me.
All right, so this one runs up and bites at Gash and misses. Okay, the one to the north.
Flip a coin.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna roll to see if he's stupid.
Yeah,
Real dumb. Real dumb.
He runs up to because he sees Datrus's bleed and he just runs straight at Datrus
Wow.
Jeez.
and hits.
Yikes.
I'm barely up.
The wizard's almost dead.
Shogoth. You don't really like him, but you see Datrus looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Okay, I move up here.
Here, cast burning hands.
I was gonna say, well, as tempting as that is, I do owe you for that insult earlier. Let's see. I was gonna say maybe inflict wounds be better.
Just successfully hit with that though. You would have been better off flame bolting him instead of getting close.
Oh, it's too late now, but
Yeah, because I can't remember where you were before you moved.
I was right here.
Yeah, like somewhere over here.
Yeah, I was right
You'd
there.
be better off flame bolting because that's still likely to do enough damage to kill it as long as it hits, or at least.
Yeah, the thing was,
severely injure it.
the thing was, I wanted to make sure I actually hit it.
Yeah, you can't inflict wounds has to hit, so you wouldn't guarantee you'd hit.
I guess even if I moved right next to Thordor,
If you want to ensure that you hit it, you got to cast magic missile.
That's true.
Inflict wounds is just such a strange name for a spell. It sounds like the. It
Well,
sounds like
it's a necromancy spell, so
It's the opposite of cure.
I know that, but it's like, what is your spell? Inflict wounds.
It used to be called cause
every
wounds.
spell kind of does that.
It used to be called cause wounds, but I think they decided that sounded even worse, so they changed it to inflict wounds.
Anyway,
Also,
I was
isn't inflict wounds a touch, so it doesn't actually need to dodge?
Well, you still need to be able to touch it.
Yeah,
You need to be able to
touch-
hit. You have to make a successful
but
attack
it
roll.
is a very powerful.
Anyhow,
It-
Shogoth, what are you saying you're doing?
I was trying to ask, so even if I move, say, like right next to Thordor, would I still end up hitting with, say, Burning Hand, or would I at least be able to avoid hitting Datrus?
Cast missile. Do you not have? I thought you got it when you leveled up.
Yes, I have Magic Missile. I just didn't really want to use that.
I mean,
It is
there's
literally
three
an enormous
targets.
spell, and I guarantee you it'll at least do 3 damage. Probably at least
Okay.
6.
Yeah, you actually could hit every single one of them with one of the missiles. if you cast
Okay,
magic missile.
okay. Now just hit the Magic Missile on the thing, or
Yeah, just hit the button
Yeah.
3 times. Just stay which one you're hitting with each. Oh, I thought the
6,
macro
7.
was there for you.
I thought so too, but I was wrong. I mistook it for something else.
So it was 7 damage.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
split it up between all 3 of them. It's-
Oh. I thought he was only attacking one. Whatever.
I
And actually, that's not even rolling the damage properly.
oh
Because it's not adding the +1.
that's
Oh.
weird.
Oh, for
So
crying out loud.
4-4-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-4-2.
Okay, well, 2 of them are badly injured and 1 of them is dead.
Okay.
Lordar.
I'm gonna attack the one that's still alive right next to me.
Gee, which one are you going to hit?
I'm going
And
to
it's
walk
dead.
away.
You missed, though.
Oh, I missed. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
I looked
you
at
have-
the other number first, and I figured, oh, I'm going to hit it.
I was gonna say you have to actually hit
Yeah,
before you
it,
kill it.
it just barely dodged Akashi.
It's stupid. It was stupid, but it's not stupid enough to not evade, sadly. Kashi, who's barely standing at this point.
Yeah, you just slash that one down into the ground. Basically just walked it off and smashed it and it just crumpled. Datris, you and the hyena have the same amount of health left.
Wow.
You know what? It's right close to me. I'm just gonna try to stab it.
Watch him fail miserably.
Pierce its black
Oh
heart.
no! Not the snow elf!
Can't believe this. I'm saying I'm rooting for the winter.
Wow, you actually hit.
Wow.
Datris just, you son of a bitch, and just slits its throat. It yelps and collapses.
Oh, Datris, you're alright!
He's the one that took the brunt of that, but Akashi got hit a bit too.
I'm thinking maybe I should do healing word on him.
Cure wounds. You know,
Cure wounds?
Tizzle.
Or, well, yeah, I
'Cause
don't have to worry
yeah.
about moving.
Yeah.
I can just go right up to him.
Healing
here.
word's more of a combat spell.
Yeah. I was going to do that if the thing was still not dead. Wow! Yeah, he has. I just saw now that he has only have one left. Let's see here. Alright, so cure wounds. Come on. Oh, wait. Will it not? Oh, yeah.
Click on it.
Spell. It's asking for a spell level.
Just
hit okay, it's spell one.
Just hit okay. Because it defaults to its regular level, but it asks. It shouldn't even be asking that because you can't cast it at a higher level at your current level.
Yeah. Alright, so. Just do that.
Okay.
Congratulations, you're back up to 8.
You're almost a fool. That's better than.
The question is if you want to burn another spell slot to heal Akashi.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I
Yeah,
can. Here, let me see here.
Actually, yeah, we can't.
Yeah, because I don't think you've actually cast any of your actual spells.
I have not cast any of my actual spells. Like, Matt was the only one who did. Let me see here.
I was gonna say we kind of need our meat shield to stay alive.
Let me see. I can only do a healing word on Akashi then.
No, you could walk up to him. You're not in combat. There's no
Yeah.
restriction on your movement.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Nikki, walk up to the big red guy.
I just wanted to use one of each of my spells, but
I know,
guess I
but
can use
the
same
thing is,
spell.
it's not. What's the word? Efficient. To use healing word when you can cure wounds.
Just a moment. Apparently, things have locked up.
Meaning you
right?
can healing word somebody and hit an enemy with your weapon at the same time.
Sweet. Ah, I wish I knew that. I would have like been smacking these things and healing Datris then. Oh well. He survived. It's all
Okay.
good.
All right, so you guys are starting to get kind of close to your destination. As Kevin yawns.
I'm thirsty.
When you see a group of angry-looking guards walking towards you, but then all of a sudden there's a mist, just like a thin layer of mist just hovering around everywhere, and all of a sudden the guards stop and start looking around like they don't know where you went. Like you can see them, but they're acting like they just don't know how to. They just can't see you anymore, and they just are wandering aimlessly. And you hear one of the guards go, "What is this? Someone skulking around here." They just kind of wander away when they were just heading straight for you a second ago.
Oh, Okay.
And you take a couple steps forward, and the doors on the house to your left suddenly fling open with like a bright light shining out of it. Oh my god!
What?
He disconnected and reconnected again.
Again.
Zerift?
Last thing I heard was a bright light.
Okay, well that was when everyone went dead silent. A bright,
Okay,
after the
okay,
bright light
so-
coming out of the door.
Okay.
No,
Um.
you feel like you feel like there's something calling you to this building, and in fact, Shogoth in particular, you feel at ease from the light bathing over you from the doorway.
Okay.
Brock, I don't think
Everyone's like, "What do we do?" Just trying to decide what to do in response to this.
Thrak whisper. No, Datress whispers to Thrak. She's not responding to our insults. Something's up.
Shields up.
You okay?
All right, so nobody's saying it. Nobody knows
What else we're supposed to do? We're waiting for the person who's actually feeling something to do something.
Yeah. Show
Cabin?
Yeah.
You're the most impacted by this door's compelling effect, apparently.
Oh.
Shogoth, I start shaking Shogoth's shoulder. Shogoth,
Okay.
what is it?
Wake up, sleepy girl.
As you're standing there, a beautiful blonde woman in a maid outfit walks out and goes, "Greeting, adventurers. Would you like to rest along the way on your journey? I am Helena."
Wait. Do I get a perception check on this?
Well, sounds all right to me.
I don't feel comfortable with this.
All of a sudden, even though the light makes you feel comfortable.
Shogoth's character just feels like a kindred spirit familiarity with this person.
So, in other words, did you ever say that's not how you feel?
Like here's the thing. Nobody else knows how Shogoth actually is feeling right now, but basically, something inside of Shogoth is telling her that this is a good place to rest. Whether or not she shares that with the rest of the party is up to her.
Meanwhile, right now, because of that name, there are literally fireworks going off around the paladin, I'm pretty sure.
I glance over at the paladin. I'm like, "What's with you?"
I
Is it
don't
like-
trust it.
Is it supposed to be like Helena with 2 L's or just
One L. I'm
One
assuming.
L. Why not?
Yes.
Oy. I don't know the rest of you, but I'm taking the offer.
can I like make a perception check to see if I notice anything off?
Would it be wouldn't it be insight?
I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
insight,
insight, yeah.
Insight
Yeah.
check. Insight check.
It's because insight and perception are 2 different things.
And I do an insight check on Shogoth.
Okay. Well, Thorador, she seems genuine, but you get that ulterior motives feeling kind of thing.
If we happen to take your offer, what's it gonna cost us, or is there a price?
Datress.
Yeah, but this is for Shogoth though, because he's trying
Yeah.
to.
What? Okay.
Because
first
you're
off,
acting
stop-
weird.
Yeah,
She goes,
I also don't appreciate you inciting on me.
well, Thordor was inciting on Helena.
No, I'm talking to Datris.
But
Is there
don't do insight on the other players in the middle of an interaction with an NPC, please. So she says, no cost. My master just has personal beef with Orochi, who he knows you all are entangled with.
I've walked in.
Okay.
The kobold will slowly walk up to the
follow
door.
Shogoth.
The Thrak will walk up to the door, still shield literally up to his nose, just holding the shield, eyes squinted at the strange woman as he just kind of shuffles in, and then slowly backwards walks into the building.
I go in, but I keeping a watch out for anything suspicious or trying to cheat us. Or
I do yell out, "Don't mind the lizard. He's just dumb that way."
So she
When she
leads
burns
you
in your
in.
sleep, you're the one to blame.
She leads you in past what looks like a shop area into a dining room that has 7 chairs at the table, and she walks over to another door and says, "Father, I mean, boss, your guests are here." And she walks out of the room. And yes, everybody caught her accidentally calling this person father.
free
Well,
slave labor.
Does the comment have the same have the same translation between father and daddy?
Where's the? There it is.
That's nasty.
I gotta change something on this because I put wrong.
Anyways,
So a man, a bearded man, walks in and introduces himself as William Arcus.
Fancy.
As he asks everybody to, have a seat for dinner.
I grab one and sit down.
He goes, some people in the city have given me the obnoxious moniker of Weasel Willie.
Harsh.
Does everybody else sit down, or?
Yeah.
The kobold sits down, but he's still eyeing all these strange people with like, "What you up to? What you up to?" But he probably doesn't know anything right now.
Datris is examining the chair and then saying,
Yeah. I also want to examine the chair before I sit down and see if there's anything.
I already sat down on mine. Happened.
I follow Gashish Nicky follows Shogoth and just kind of looks for any food on the table.
To make sure there isn't any restraints or anything that would pop out of it.
I'm sending Kevin a private message real quick so he knows something. But you guys, nothing seems out of the ordinary. You sit down. The woman starts bringing in food. He says, "So, caught up in Orochi's business, huh?"
Sadly.
Wait, where's the... Wow, that was really far down. I'm going to just drop this here so that you don't have to keep the handout open if you don't want to.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
we kind of had an predicament for that situation.
So just I could say something out of character, but I'm not going to because I shouldn't have to remind Matt of this.
No. This if this is what I think it is, the kobold is sitting here going, everything suspect. This is all sounding a little too easy, and also Shogoff is still, in his opinion, acting weird. She's actually acting nice and friendly to a stranger. This ain't right.
I look at Thrak. Hey, how about you take your seat and show a little respect?
I already am seated. You're acting weird.
You're acting dumber than usual.
Oh, there she is. There's the real Shogoff. There's the real Shogoff.
Am I acting dumber than usual, or am I more clairvoyant than you think?
Okay,
Stares daggers at the weird guy, and then back at her.
Okay, correction, not dumber. More annoying. Sit down.
Is there any food
I
on
am
the table?
already sitting.
There's food being brought out. There's actually a plate of rolls in the middle of the table while the rest of it's being brought out.
I'm going to sneak like a couple of rolls over.
I'm just waiting for people to fall unconscious of food at this point.
And like start. I just like actually.
Okay, I'm just gonna flat out say it out of character. Thrak, if you really want to, you do have your vision that you can detect someone's alignment.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting about that.
That's why I messaged you about it earlier in the day. But the thing is, even
actually, no, I can't do that. But wanna know why I can't do that? I don't have spell slots.
It's not a spell slot. It's a character ability.
Oh.
It has its own separate charges from the spell slots.
Oh, divine sense. Okay. Strong evil. Oh yeah, actually this is perfect. He would be suspicious of Sal right now. Yeah, I'm gonna use a charge and detect.
You don't need to use the charge, you said.
Okay. So normally again you cannot tell what it is about him, but you do have like an ominous large shadow over him. And so you do know for a fact that he is evil. Doesn't mean he's against you, but you do know that he's evil, and whatever he is, it's not something you want to fight. And he just kind of looks at you and goes, "Was that really necessary?"
It is to me.
Can I, I don't know. Should I cast Detect Poison and Disease? Would that upset him, or?
I wouldn't.
I'm just gonna say, like, I don't think your character would really stop to think whether or not that would upset him, because your character's not really manners type.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'll cast Detect Poison and Disease over the food that's being brought out.
He just kind of you can tell he definitely sensed what you did, and he just kind of chuckles and no, nothing's poisoned.
Okay, so here.
I gave a small glare.
Oh, it's a ritual.
I give
spell.
No, you can use it as a ritual. You don't have to cast it as
Picturing
a ritual.
the Gashniki just doing this ritual during
just Gash is just sitting there, pulls out like several things out of his pouches, and then just starts to chant for 5 minutes.
No. She does a ritual, but it's not necessary. Okay.
Can I have a moment to speak?
Yes.
I glare at Nikki and just give her just this. Do you have to show such respect to our host?
Your host is a giant black shadow.
He. Okay, so anyhow, he looks at Thrak, and he says, "You don't have any reason to trust me, but let's just say I represent a group that aren't happy with Orochi attempting to become a god."
I can imagine so.
The kobold kind of shrugs.
If you're part of a religious group, most gods aren't happy about it.
How much do any of you know about Orochi?
Just kind of slowly point at Datros.
I only heard rumors that he was defeated by the gods, and he was a huge threat.
Actually, the only thing you guys really know about him is that he's a warlord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind then.
Outside being a warlord, not
Oh,
much else.
yeah.
He says he used to be human, but he's existed far longer than any human possibly could. He's existed since before Talvis was defeated by Zeus on the other continent.
Oh, that's who I was thinking of.
So he's immortal.
Not
He was-
so much. He can't
he
die
was-
of old age, at least.
Oh.
He used to be a worshiper of Set, but his own thirst for power drove him to become more than that. And when Zeus defeated Talvis, he somehow managed to steal some of her essence from the corpse of her avatar. This is not looked upon fondly by any of the gods. Especially not knowing that he wants to become a god himself. Gods are powered by their followers. If there's another god, that's another god to potentially steal followers away from them.
That's correct. That's quite disrespectful.
Why? Is there any reason the followers of Orochi are interested in certain
You're
individuals?
not talking loud enough, Zareth.
Is there any reason that Orochi would be interested in, or at least his group interested in any particular individuals like my father?
Well, your father is after an ancient artifact known as the Bright Darkness. And I'm not sure what it is, but it's existed for a long time. And I can only assume he believes that artifact will allow himself to become a god somehow.
Do you know anything about this Bright Darkness? Rumors? Anything?
All I know about it for sure is that it was created here in Garash. This was actually back when this city was above the water.
I imagine that you and Shoggoth have a lot to talk about, so I'll just bite my tongue.
I keep cramming rolls into my mouth.
So,
Well, this is not hard to please him.
The paladin sneaks a roll too while people are busy chatting this weirdo of Shadow aura up.
yeah, like the way Thrak felt when he sensed his aura. Like picture the way Bilbo felt in Lord of the Rings when Gandalf scared the shit out of him.
I am not some conjurer of cheap tricks.
I just imagine
Except that he's not as easily frightened as a little hobbit.
Right.
Oh, shame, because I was imagining Threk basically looking like a cat when they has their back
So,
arched.
so food's been brought out. There's lobster, coconuts, and what you think are some kind of carrots.
I slowly dig in.
I never hear a bite there.
Beatrice is like, I'm not angry, thank you.
You know the
Anything.
lobster hook is grabby.
No, don't.
This is what you get for leaving them behind!
Crab.
As a lobster, not a crab. Grabby is just fine.
Oh,
His destiny is seafood.
And
No.
William actually says, "Is he fine?" And he holds his finger up for a second. And he's like, "Yes, he's fine."
I just look at Datris. You really shouldn't decline food when it's offered to you.
I kind of like just examine my food before I take each bite, and just make sure, and then just still eat it though, as long as I don't notice anything out of hand.
So, I'm assuming nobody else really just holds out on eating at this point, right? Or
No.
Except for Datris.
I'm basically stuffing my face.
Datris, because Datris has a pull up his ass.
I hope everybody does. Otherwise, you can't poop.
At least
back fine. So he has Akashi has no problem. He doesn't care that the evil detected him because he's evil, but he has no real motivation, especially when we outnumber him like 7-2.
Anyhow, so you finish. Stop laughing, Kevin.
Sorry.
You finish eating, and he says, you can all have a rest in the bed quarters, and after that, I'll see you off, and my magic will keep you undetected from Orochi's servants, at least up until you reach the temple.
I bow to him and give thanks.
I just give a polite bow and go, "Thank you. I will take my leave to rest now." Just kind of walk off, and as he's walking off, he says, "I am slowly, but not moving his head." So he's just Datris doesn't know what to make of him, but he knows he's not an enemy, but he gets a feeling he doesn't want to mess with him either.
Smart man.
So everybody hit long rest button to get your spell slots and stuff back.
Right.
Yay! I sleep now.
Outside of Nikki, I think the big Oni guy is about the only other person I get along with around here.
Well, maybe you'd like us if you got to know us.
I don't care for dumb lizards, and
you don't like me because you gotta stick up your bum.
And you're an asshole, Datris.
But basically, you guys don't actually all. There isn't like a separate There aren't like separate bedrooms for everybody, but there is just like a lounge area with blankets and couches. So basically, a lot of people are just resting on furniture. But it's better than not having anywhere to rest before going into what you think might be a big battle.
So Datris' response to Shogoff is, "Oh, but I've been told I've been a nice ass."
I couldn't hear what you just said.
But I'm a
nice ass.
Okay,
Awkward silence. Hi.
So after you guys have your rest, on your way out, William and his maid, greet you on the way out, and he goes, I have a collection of objects of magic that I wish to bestow upon each of you to help you on your mission."
Datris slowly moves behind the kobold.
Says the maid hands a pair of boots to Thordor, and he says, "For you, dwarf rogue, boots of speed."
I grab them, eye them a little bit, and thank them.
I'm gonna actually add these to your sheet. That's the wrong thing. Come on. Don't fuck with me, index thingy. Did it add them? Yeah, it added them. They're in the item list down.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
I see. Oh, bad. So I can look at I can use a bonus action. Double your walk-ins.
And next, he looks at Akashi. Says, "For you are so powerful."
He smiles at this.
He goes, "Necklace of Adaption will allow you to breathe in any environment.
Ooh.
And even make you resistant to poison gases."
This will make me even more effective at survival. So I may help my friends more. Thank you, sir.
A slight delay, but it added it to your sheet. Let's see. That was Akashi and Thorador. Like, I actually had stuff set up for each person already.
Right.
Cool.
For... Oh boy, this is actually a bit tougher than I...
Take your time.
For Geshishnicki,
Yes?
a moon-touched scimitar.
Oh, that looks lot fun.
When unsheathed in darkness, it will generate moonlight.
Amazing.
Also, it's
Thank you,
slightly
sir.
better. It's slightly better at cutting things. I'm actually going to just adjust your actual scimitar on your sheet because of the fact that the sword of Moontouch sword doesn't actually come up as a weapon. It comes up as a description, so I have to actually kind of add this more manually.
That's a really weird way to do it.
Not everything in the compendium works the way I'd like it to, unfortunately. And especially not when it's lagging on me while I'm trying to click on things on somebody's character sheet.
Makes sense.
Sorry, I was also filling out stuff too, but I'm done now.
Let me change the name. I'm just going to assume you're not going to bother using your old sword. There.
Cool. Well, thank you, sir.
He looks at Datris and goes, "For the cowardly wizard."
Accurate.
Have
For the cowardly Mudstain.
a cloak of displacement. Hopefully it helps you get hit by less hyenas.
Is it made from the skin of a displacer beast?
Yeah.
It makes it so that to an attacker, they see a projection. They it looks like you're standing in a different spot than you actually are. So anything that tries to hit you, it rolls at an advantage until they hit. Then it dispels the ability for pretty much the rest of the combat.
So Datris is going to take it slowly, always eyeing him, and goes, "Thank you." Just gets back behind a kobold, and then starts turning his one eye on the man and other eye on Shogoff, and going. He just gets a funny feeling there's more going on than's being said.
And he looks at Thrak.
Like you'll ever know.
Says, "For the kobold paladin who already has so many magical items."
Useful shinies are useful.
Who used his divine sense on me, very rudely.
Yes.
You're
give you-
particularly weird.
I give you the Cloak of Billowing. Will allow you to make a dramatic entrance even when there is no wind.
Oh, hell yeah!
Remember that magic item?
Oh, that is wonderful.
It basically, no, if you don't know what this does, it allows you to, at will, make your cloak look like it's blowing in the wind.
Yes, I'm aware of this. Which just means that he's gonna be an even more bigger charismatic badass when he walks in the room.
Oh god, I can only
Oh, I
imagine.
thought it would make him fly.
No.
Like
No,
a
no,
little
no, no.
parachute-like thing.
It literally is
No,
just for
this
visual
literally means
effect.
that any time he can just snap his fingers and he can do a hero pose.
Oh my god.
So his annoying.
I like granted Thrak actually gave him a reason to be kind of condescending like this.
Yeah.
But I also had this planned because Thrak already has a lot of magic gear compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
He actually takes it. He'll investigate it a little bit first just to make sure, but he'll take it. As long as he's pretty sure it's just a cape of bellowing, and now despite his best efforts, William has only fed his ego.
Yeah, so sadly his annoying levels just went from 10 to 100.
Alright, so you're escorted out of the building, and at the last second you hear, and by the way, Thrak, say hello to my sister-in-law.
Kind of freezes and
You turn
stop for a moment.
around. Yeah, you turn around to look, and you realize the building isn't there anymore.
I will.
I know it.
I know it.
It points at Shoggoth. I know it.
I just continue walking with a big smirk on my face.
Wait, did
You're
Shoggoth get something?
nothing.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot that.
Wow.
We'll just say it was handed to you privately, but
Oh, that's right.
Shoggoth,
that kind of makes sense, honestly.
because actually what he gave her, he wouldn't want to describe to everybody else. Shoggoth got a magic rock that will allow her to summon a powerful servant to help you in a time of need, but it's a one-use item, so you really want to save it for an emergency.
Understood.
Oh, I wanted to do this earlier, but now is the perfect time to do it as we're getting ready to go. Thrak climbs up. What's Frel? I can't read names now. Akashi. Thrak climbs up Akashi's back, stands on his shoulder, snap fingers, make the cloak bellow. Onward! Points. Points down the road.
Just stares at him, picks him up off his shoulder, drops him on the ground, pats his head, and starts walking off.
Walks up to
You blaster me, master!
walks up to the fallen kobold.
You say that as if he didn't land on his feet.
I walk up to you, pat you on the head, and go, there. There.
My cloak is rebelling. Fuck you. And it starts walking.
So you guys reach the Temple of Belinus, and standing.
By the way, I was trying to ask, do I need to add that in the inventory myself, or you?
I think he said he was adding them all.
We'll talk about it later because
Okay.
I want to explain to you more specifically what it is.
Right, gotcha.
I'm basically saying don't use it on the boss fight in this area.
I wasn't playing on it, but thank you.
Oh yeah. Also, Thrak, you seem to you also seem to notice now as you're leaving that although it definitely has not been a day, the charge on your shield seems to have been replenished.
Oh, as in it hasn't been a full day. It takes a full day for it to recharge?
It takes a full day for it to recharge, but it's something replenished it early.
That's weird.
So you guys reach the Temple of Belinus, and on the steps leading up to the temple, you come to a stop as you see there's a rat sitting there with bright red glowing eyes staring at you. And you hear a voice come from it. Goes, so strange that you got all the way to the temple without being discovered. What magic has shielded you from my sight?
Look at me, look at her.
Look at me, then look at her.
I'm
Now
looking.
Not
I'm
look at
looking
me, I'm
the
holding a clam.
Now look back at me. Now back to her. Now back to me. I'm flipping you off. Now back to her.
I'm on an owner.
Huh?
Oh, that rat spoke.
You've never heard of talking rats before?
Well,
I
yeah, but usually I'm the only one who can hear them.
True. He's the only one that's friends with crabs.
Says you.
So
I
are you
wanna
guys
bring a
actually
crab.
having this conversation?
Yes.
Yes.
The rat hisses at you and leaps at Thrak and just kind of like
Shield bash.
bites at you, but just ends up being just kind of like hanging on your armor, not effectively doing anything.
So he's going. No.
Yeah, basically, it's basically just failing miserably at doing anything useful.
Pull
Well,
out
it's rather
rapier and
rude,
smack it over the head.
Okay, you smash the rat down onto the ground and it's dead.
Ah, shit.
Oh, that was harsh.
You have gained dark side points.
Yeah.
He was trying to eat me! Stupid rat.
All right, we're going to transition over. You guys are in the lower left area of the map.
Fog of War has returned.
Again, my favorite.
It's actually not that big of an area, at least.
Not as
Well,
big
it
as
is
place
Pretty
you're at.
decently sized, don't get me wrong.
I
But
mean, it is just a single building.
Just a very wide building.
I'm guessing this is where we came in from, correct?
Yeah, the door behind you.
Quarters to the north.
The only reason I don't have more of the map outside of the building visible is that the map actually looks like a building that's not underground, so
All right.
it wouldn't be as fitting.
Right.
All right, guys. You know that supposedly Aiden is in here, and a minion of Orochi that seems to have the ability to control rats.
So the
Smack
opposite
the
of
rat.
the opposite of that guy from Ratatouille.
So I'm guessing you want to examine the door, Thorador, since you did move up to it.
Yes.
Okay. What is it? Perception, I think.
Yeah, perception, I would assume.
It is not trapped, and it's not even locked.
Okay. Well, then I open it.
The perfect time to trap it.
That's
But
very
but in a way where I can see what's inside before it's really open fully.
You open it, you see a long ass hallway.
That's a big hallway.
that is a very long hallway.
Let's see.
10,
And
30.
do I like notice anything that looks like it could be like traps along the hallway or?
No, but you do see a bloody corpse laying in the middle of the two doors.
Whose corpse is it?
You get a lot
We-
of those.
I don't know.
Oh,
ask it.
who? I kind of like walk up to the area between the doors and kind of like look at the body.
We're probably going to go a little bit over tonight, but if you guys don't mind, I kind of
I
want to
don't
finish
mind.
this part.
You
Okay.
did start late, so
Yeah.
You don't. The body looks. It has tiny bites all over it, like it look
it's
like
been
rat
nibbled.
bites.
Yeah, it's
they
been
look like
nibbled to
rat
death.
bites.
Watch
And
out for more nibblers.
you actually can from the door to your right. You actually hear a lot of screeching and skittering sounds inside the door.
Sounds like we may want to say the door on the right till later.
I don't like the sound of that.
Vicky, can you make out what they're saying?
Oh, actually, can I make out what they're saying?
You'd have to cast Speak with Animals to understand what they're saying.
Is that a language that she knows?
No. She has a spell that allows her to talk to animals, though, so she could technically make herself able to understand what rats are saying. But it would cost a spell slot.
Oh, yeah.
And considering that these things are obviously under a magical control, probably wouldn't really be all that beneficial to try and talk to them.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just basically telling you not to waste a spell slot.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was, thinking there. No, it's not worth it. These things that seem rather mindless. Someone else is controlling them. They're not going to help us.
So the squeaks and stuff are coming out of the right room, correct?
Yeah, the right room, so we can check the left room.
Yeah.
But I kind of tried to look and see what I can see through like the lock and examine the door as well. Perception. 18.
Woo.
Okay, you are you saying you're trying to like creak the door open a little bit to look?
Yeah.
You immediately hear the door make like a thump on something furry as soon as you start to try and open it.
Oh.
Roll for initiative.
Don't.
Crap.
Initiate combat. Yay! I'm going last again.
And the door
see
behind
here.
you kind of gets knocked open all of a sudden.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it Skaven?
I wouldn't be surprised.
There are swarms of rats coming at you from both sides.
Oh my god.
Rat kings.
I can't tell the side which is more horrifying.
It's the same.
It's just they're small, but it's just really big in mass.
You should probably back to the entrance that they're coming at us from a single direction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Either that or the tanks are going to need to get on both sides.
Yeah.
The walls.
I feel like that probably would be the better idea.
The thing is, one of the rat swarms goes before I do.
Yes, one of them does go before you.
The one on the right.
Why is this on the wrong thing?
At least I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what the hell? God damn it! I did not set this up properly. Hold on.
Okay.
I apparently didn't set up the character sheet for the swarm of rats. This should only take a second though, as long as I can get this to work. Okay, there we go. And change the music to something different. So you got two swarms of rats coming at you. Shogoth, you're going first.
Yay. Can I shoot firebolt from here?
At the ones on the left, you can see them from where you're standing. The ones on the right, the wall's in your way unless you move.
Okay, we'll go with the one on the left.
Okay. TZ went AFK, but he's not.
It's not up right away.
Yeah. He's not going right away anyway.
$12 to hit.
Yep.
Was that a hit? Or
Yeah,
a
you
hit?
hit. You hit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you see a couple rats go flying out of the swarm from the fire burst. They only have 10 armor class, so I'll just let you guys know that.
Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, so
These aren't like specifically powerful enemies. They're just regular rats. There's just a lot of them.
Okay, because my turn is over at the moment. It'll be a while before I'm gonna go AFK to grab a drink.
Okay. Yes, you're sneaky.
Okay, so we're going for the left hand. Is the right hand door is not open, is it?
The rats knocked it open as soon as the other ones get involved. You'd need to move for whatever you're going to do because there's walls in between you and both things.
I think I'm going to hold action and wait and see what our tanks do if they need healing.
You're going to prepare. You're going to prepare to throw your spear if a rat moves in view.
Skewer a single rat, maybe, or hit one of the boxes. We'll see.
Beatrice.
I'm going to do a stabbing sting.
Which
on
one?
the ones on the left.
You know, I'm not actually sure how falling prone would work on a swarm of animals. I think I'm going to assume that they just take the damage because the ones that get hit by it are pretty much just die and fall out of the group.
Right.
But they still gotta see if they can make a con save. No, they don't. One on the right. The ones on the right.
Left.
Left. Okay, you're going for the same.
And do you want to back up or stay on the front line?
I almost sneezed. Right. Oof.
Probably gonna. Can I even back up, or is that not a possibility?
You can walk through allies. You don't.
Yeah,
you just can't walk through enemies.
We don't literally take up that 5 foot space.
This rat swarm moves out into the hallway, and they didn't see Akashi till they came out, so they're actually attacking Thordor. And they just flooded past him in a swarm and failed to hit anything.
Okay. The necklace do something?
Thordor's turn.
Was Gash actually still holding a move?
Oh yeah. Did she go AFK?
No.
Aaron?
Yeah?
Roll your spear throw because a pair of rats moved out.
Oh god. Okay. Spear thrown.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah,
there
you
we go.
walked right in the middle of the rats, and a couple of them go flying.
Okay.
Thordor.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move myself here, which still would be without.
Yeah, that wouldn't.
Opportunity, and attack the ones to my right.
That's a hit. So roll your sneak attack damage.
Yes.
You can sneak attack a group of rats.
So that's 12. Okay, yeah, like there's not that many rats left in that pack. They're kind of really low on numbers.
I am back.
That actually sounds like a good indication of what I need to do next. Run around to the other side of them. I believe it's 5, 10, 15. Yeah, it only took like 20, 25 to move there. And with the few remaining, he's going to try and smack them.
I'll harm you.
And he gets advantage now.
Yeah, because Akashi and Thordor are both within. Wow. You did exactly how much health damage they had left.
Nice.
Yeah,
Stomp.
You got the last couple of them skewered on your rapier. Akashi.
So now you gotta clean your rapier.
Block them off from the rest of the group.
Or just start fire and make a rat cheese kebab.
Rat kebab.
Well, he is a lizard. He probably would like that.
Fried rat.
I don't like the way he looks at those rats.
Versatile is just extra damage, not extra hit rate. Yeah, two-handed. It has the same attack, not just higher damage.
Right.
Yeah, just doesn't really matter then.
Nice.
5 damage. Yeah, there's this particular pack's starting to thin out too, but they are still alive.
Curses.
I actually because this is not set up to do these attacks separately. If they do, they only roll half as many dice when they're below half health. So if it hits, I'm gonna have to. It didn't hit anyhow.
Okay.
Shoga.
I wondered how collectives of enemies work in the.
Yeah, they don't roll as many dice the fewer there are of them.
I always liked that as a concept because I remember like in Diablo 2 where they had like the swarms of mosquitoes or whatever they were, or locusts. I just thought that was interesting.
Your firebolt just covers all the remaining rats in a burst of fire, and they just die.
Oh, now we got fraud rat.
There you go.
I wasn't expecting that fight to actually be a challenge, but it's there for thematic reasons.
Well, hey, the lizard now has lunch and dinner for the next 2 weeks.
All right.
Good for a snack. Crunch.
So that was you killed that.
Well, we got in trouble trying to snoop in these rooms. Do we actually want to snoop in the rooms now?
Actually, should we stop here or do it after we search the rooms?
What?
Didn't you say you wanted to stop?
No. I was saying we're gonna go past the usual stop time.
Okay.
I wanted to finish this.
Oh, I misunderstood you. Never mind.
As long as nobody has an issue with us going maybe an hour afterwards.
I don't have any issue.
I'm just gonna go.
I understand your enthusiasm to examine these rooms, but I'd rather like to hurry in. You can look at these rooms later.
What was Aaron trying to say?
I'm just gonna go grocery shopping. So that's we have a 24-hour grocery store here, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
What was Sarah saying? It was kind of quiet.
Something about let's check rooms later, I think.
Yeah, we can check the rooms later, but I much urgently would like to say my father first, and then to these rooms.
Well, it goes against my every instinct, but I guess.
Actually, that's a good point. Do we know what the body is of? Is it just a human?
Yeah, it's not his father. It's just a dead guy. There's enough of the face left intact that he can tell it's not him.
It's just a guy who's dead.
Just some guy, you know.
Just a guy who had a bad day. He's had a bad day.
Rats ate his face. Dewey knows more about it than I do.
I basically get as close as I can to this corner here until I can see.
Yeah, giving the thief a few feet to check on his own.
I keep moving forward, keeping an eye out for things.
Just another brazier lit up at the end.
Brazier?
Brazier, sorry.
Couldn't say, my, we're seeing the building's brazier.
Brazier?
Brazier.
Yeah,
yes.
It's kind of an obscure phrase, but
it's another term for like a torch type thing.
But it's not a torch, so it's.
You might
I know them.
We know what braziers are. They're not that hard to know.
I first encountered it with Castlevania, where you whip the braziers at the entryway of the castle.
Yeah.
I saw them a lot in Conan Exiles.
As you're coming down these hallways, you don't really see much of anything, but there is a lot of blood all over the place on the floor and on the walls. It's definitely safe to say this holy temple has been defiled.
Someone needs to clean here. Is this the sun god or the blood god?
I examine the door.
Nope.
Like the door itself. And I guess.
Ready position.
Out of curiosity, what does it smell like in here?
Wet rat.
Yeah.
Which you recognize because you have a rat.
I know, and even he doesn't like the smell.
Yeah. He also looks your rat looks really uncomfortable. Like he's weirded out by this place.
No, it's okay.
Does it also look like it's trying to fight control or
No, it looks like it's just terrified.
It's okay, little buddy.
It's also not a normal rat. It's technically a familiar, I believe.
It's not a familiar, but it's like a loyal pet.
Yeah, it's a loyal pet.
It's okay. Just stay in my pocket. You'll be safe.
Okay, and
the enemy smashes your pocket.
Well,
we don't really see anything in this room.
And then that enemy dies instantly.
There's just decorative suits of armor leaning up against the walls.
Keep forgetting I'm supposed to have a mouse.
Yeah, you do have a mouse. I don't know if you ever named it.
I don't think I did.
Name it Mouse.
Name it Little Grabby.
No, name it Moose. They will never see it coming. They'll never see it coming.
No. Name it Chewy. Name it Chewy.
Please don't name it Moose.
I got a reference for you. I've got a reference for you. Podo.
Aww.
Please
Is that
don't
the
name
one
it Moose. I have to deal with a
That was
Canadian
a-
friend
that was
every
terrible.
Sunday who makes Moose jokes. I kid you not.
Podo, and if you ever find a second mouse, you can name it Kodo.
Aww.
Those were
I'm just
ferrets.
doing it.
Yes, I know
Everybody's
there were
talking
ferrets.
so much.
That
I'm
doesn't-
just moving things along and revealing the area.
Yeah. Examine around the corner.
Why does everyone keep racing ahead?
Just
frickin'
lots
thief?
of blood everywhere, all along the stone floors.
Blood.
Wipe your feet.
You know, Detritus, maybe let the dwarf be in front instead of yourself.
Well, I'm sorry that the sounds of my father dying doesn't.
You immediately
Makes
yank
you
the
right.
wizard back by his rope. You don't hear anything. Shut up.
Sorry, I can't hear you over your emoing, Detritus.
Maybe when we have to save a family member of yours, we'll tell you how emo you are.
You hear what sounds like somebody talking to himself in the next room,
Okay.
but it sounds like it's from like pretty far away, like it's a big room.
Okay.
As I pass Statris very quietly.
Crawling in my skin.
Okay. I sadly have to give Matt a point for that.
Can I like try to listen
gonna
to like what DM said or?
Yeah.
Duchess is gonna slap the cobalt and
Perception.
go, would you shut up? Would you shut up?
Perception.
Yeah, perception.
Oh.
Oh.
No, you can't understand what he's saying. It just seems like he's probably too far away from the door.
Okay.
You think you heard something about... You think you heard him say the word Orochi, but that's all you could make out.
I'll try to sneakily like open the door.
Make a
Just
stealth
in
check.
case. Oh God.
Okay, everybody has to roll for initiative.
Confusing word is real.
I open the door.
Ooh.
Hey, what's going on in here?
Big fucking
I'll
thing.
open the door.
Let's see. A really big rat and a really big hyena.
Yep. And a mysterious man at the end who glares at you as you enter and says, "Ah, you're the ones who dare defy me and my Lord Orochi. You've made a terrible mistake." And all of a sudden, purple smoke starts gathering up around him, and you see his body twisting as it changes into something else.
Oh no.
A rat.
He's a were rat. Kill him.
That's close, but not what he actually is. Where's the... Did I not make a fucking handout for this? God damn it. I thought I made a handout for this. Hold on.
Also, Matt rolled up advantage again.
Oh shoot!
Reroll.
No need to reroll. It was still the high one first.
Yeah, the bigger number was the one that was first.
I'm
anyway,
gonna
so-
go in there and make sure to turn that off right now because that's annoying. And I don't know if my first target is gonna be with somebody else or not.
Wait. Yeah, that's the character sheet. This is
Wait.
here.
Is it gonna be Jimmy Hendrat?
Really?
Blame TZ.
Oh
Got a
look,
lot
it's
of-
Ratzilla.
That's actually a really cool design, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a bunch of rats in a trench coat.
With a really big rat.
It's like a take on the Rat King concept.
was gonna roll for initiative, and then I'm going to change the music.
Purple haze.
Get us the Rat King.
Smoke on the water, fire in the sky.
The giant hyena goes first. And it goes as fast as a regular hyena.
Which means
Oh,
across the
jeez.
room.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Wow, it actually got all the way to you guys. And it takes a big old chomp at Akashi.
That is generally.
Oh!
Holy shit, it just
God.
critical hit.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
That is 20.
I did not foresee that outcome.
You may want to rage.
Well,
Yeah, you're gonna want to start raging, and the druid is gonna want to start healing you.
Oh my god. Okay.
oh dear lord,
Oh.
that's bad. That's very bad.
I did not foresee the freaking thing critical hitting on its first
Oh
attack
jeez.
on a failed stealth.
Like I said, thanks, Roll20.
Can
Well,
I do anything to mitigate that?
Not now. Even if, because even
Yeah,
if
you
had
can't really
used
do anything
your,
right now.
Yeah, even if you had used your ability to raise your armor class, it wouldn't have stopped a critical hit from hitting you.
You also
Yeah.
have the paladin behind you too.
But you definitely want to start raging, so you take half damage on any attacks after this, and you want to probably hit him.
Definitely switch to using my shield. See, I'll rage, of course. Definitely not reckless attack. Body
That was
mark.
not a good way to start the boss fight.
Oh
no,
god.
especially when he's our best meat shield.
Giant rat. There's a giant rat. Giant rat's the weakest thing in here because it's not really intended to be a threat. It's just there as an extra body. Okay. What else does that do?
Okay,
Well,
I think
you
I got it.
critical hit him right back.
Akashi mad.
Yeah,
Womp.
it yelps as you lop its ear off, and then it glares at you and grits its teeth. Oh wait, you can't move back because that would create an attack of opportunity.
Yup.
Yeah.
Thrak, it's your turn. I don't know whether
I
you
don't
want
have any heals that are just bonus actions, I assume.
Right.
So it's either heal now or attack now. And to be honest, I'm not sure how many hit points this thing has got. So
Here's the thing to keep in mind. You also might want to summon your swarm of bees because
I was
of the fact that
actually, is that a bonus action?
no, but it puts an extra body on the field for you. It's up to you.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about that bees so much as I'm worried about this right now. Be healed!
You can move up next to him and try to get the thing killed faster. You'll have
Which I can attack next turn, but yeah, for right now, before I move, it's going to be a Cure Wounds on the big Oni that just took all the damage.
Are you gonna cure wounds, or are you just gonna toss?
Otherwise,
You could
Matt-
you could lay hands all 10 of your points on him.
Matt, I can also heal him too.
Oh,
if
for
you wanna wait
Frel's
for me.
sake.
Ouch.
Really?
I was gonna say you could have laid hands because that would be a guaranteed 10 hit points. But
Oh, well, Cure Wounds has a chance to gain higher, doesn't it?
not at the current level.
Wait, what does it roll for?
1d8.
It does 1d8 plus your charisma modifier.
That doesn't sound right.
Your charisma modifier, and I think your proficiency modifier. Because you
Yeah, that
rolled a
doesn't
2.
look right. Yeah, it would be at least a 6. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was about to say, if it's my charisma plus my proficiency, that there's missing some points there.
Well, if you rolled it, let me look at this.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, that'd be +2 +2. That'd be. Oh yeah, you're right. That would be a 6. Let me double check this. What does it say? No, it just is equal to your spell +8 plus your spellcasting modifier. It doesn't add your proficiency.
You
So
lied
it
to
means
me.
at max you could have gotten a 10. I mean, you can still.
Have I lied to?
Well, I've already just done that. I was hoping that it would do much better than that, because it has been doing much better than that, but apparently not today. Move up here just so I can be in its face now.
You're just Nikki.
I'm gonna move up here next to Kashi. And
Be healed. Oh god, that sucked.
I'm trying to decide between Cure Wounds and Healing Word, because Healing Word I could get like an extra hit on the beast with my
I would
scimitar.
go Cure Wounds.
Yeah, but I believe Cure Wounds does more than Healing Word, right?
Yeah, but
it
the thing is, Yash could attack and heal if using Heal Word.
Here's the question: if he crits again, will Akashi survive it? Just a Healing Word.
Well, if it starts getting to that, I can literally just start laying on hands on Akashi and do small portions.
Healing Word is range, and I'm right next to him, so I'll use Cure Wounds and I'll forego attacking right now.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Okay, roll.
Alright.
Roll more than
it
2.
keeps asking me.
Yeah, give it a second and it'll finally tell you 1 and then you can hit okay.
Yay, 5 hit points.
Well, he's back over 10 at least.
At least I'm at half, but still.
Shogoth.
Would Burning Hands be a good idea if I move myself out?
No, because you'd be putting yourself out there too far, really.
You'd be putting yourself right in the melee with the enemy.
And not only that, the actual boss is going to be coming down when it gets to his turn. He won't get there in one turn, but...
Try to use the terrain effectively. Use it as a bottleneck. There's no reason you have to use all your charges immediately. You can wait until they're in a better position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even in my position, I can still back up if I need to next round. But what we want to do is we want to use this wall in particular, this doorway in particular right now, just to try and bottleneck these guys into one spot where we keep hammering them.
Alright. Alright.
Rat comes out here and fireballs the whole
Watch,
hallway.
I accidentally TPK'd the party on the first adventure.
Oh god, we're all gonna die!
Alright, I guess firebolt then.
Okay. That missed.
Ah.
Unless you're aiming for the rat. No, the rat would have missed too.
Wow.
The rat is gonna... Let's see.
How fast do rat move? Oh, that fast, eh?
That was literally his max movement.
Oh.
Oh, so it's also burned its action.
Yeah, he's gonna burn... No.
Oh, no, it didn't burn its action. Ah, God!
He missed.
Nope.
Because your armor class is way too high.
Spin. Ah.
Boss. Thordor.
Okay, I am going to take a whack at this giant hyena here.
Be your guest. Your
Right
guest.
here?
Be your guest.
Missed.
Damn, now I want to listen to that song.
Huh?
What song?
Oh,
Be our
okay,
guest.
so Thordor.
Be
Oh,
our
okay. Datris.
Datris. This guy's too far away, right?
What do you mean too far away for what?
Magnify gravity or something.
If you wanted to try and hit the whole group, yeah, he's too far away to get clustered in that.
No, I'm just thinking what my character would do, and really, I think he'd be really pissed off and try to hurt him to question him where his father was. But at the same time, if he's too far away, I think he's going to do the rational thing and Sapping Sting the hyena, so it can be knocked prone for the melee guys to go have at it.
It gets its turn on it right after you, though, so it won't stay prone.
Good point. Could I magnify gravity and do it in a way that
Would hit the rat and the hyena?
Yeah.
Yes.
Magnify gravity.
It's like, what is the exact hit area for the magnify gravity?
It's like a cube or something.
It's like a 10-foot cube, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, you just pop it out right here.
You can hit all of them, but you can't hit the boss. You can hit all of them except the boss because he's not close enough to get caught in it.
Yeah,
You can drop it right here, and it would get both of them.
right.
Okay, so wow, that's a
What?
hold on. Something didn't. Doesn't it? Oh yeah, it is only 2d8. That's just a really shitty roll. Because it doesn't get a bonus from your modifier. I guess I'll roll their Constitution. That awful.
Gets 1 damage.
Uh,
I'm
And
gonna
1
say they
damage.
both took 2 damage though.
Oh, that's right. You round a screw for a person getting hit.
that,
Still 2 damage, but yeah, that was kind of.
Meet again.
Giant hyena taking another bite at
Don't crit, don't crit, don't crit.
it missed. He just kind of was like and blocks as best he can to keep it from biting him again.
I did switch back to my shield, so
Yeah. Your turn.
I'm raging, so it should automatically calculate that. Or...
No, we gotta remember that's a +2 damage. Or wait, you did hit it last time, didn't you? So it actually should have took 2 more damage than it did. So that okay. So that's
Another
15.
13, guarantee that.
Yeah. It's a 15 with the
not
rage
15,
bonus. Or is that including? I see there's a +2 at the. Oh wait, that's from the magic weapon.
I was gonna
Yeah, so
say
it's
that can't be
15.
because we know for a fact it doesn't do that automatically.
Yeah,
You
okay.
can't, you can't tell it that you're raging.
It's limping now. It does not look like it's feeling too good, but it's eating enough. It's eating a ton of punishment. Thrak.
I get to now hit it with the advantage.
Bad puppy.
Whew,
It's a
10
hit.
damage. Does
Yeah,
he go
it's
down?
No, but it's looking really sluggish. Like the next thing that hits it, like at all, is probably gonna drop it.
Then I also do a smite
Okay.
to make sure it stays down. 7.
Yeah. It goes flying backwards into the wall, collapses.
No biscuit.
Shake fist.
Here, I thought the giant rat was gonna die first. Gash, I don't know if you want to heal again or you want to do something else.
I say heal. I say heal.
Yeah.
Heal again? Yeah. Alright, so we'll do healing word then. I actually no, cure wounds again. Keep forgetting that I can casting that.
There you
You
go.
got max heal that time.
he's 21 now. Wait, that came
Old
out
enough
horribly.
to
He's old enough to drink.
So the question is, do you want to move at all? Because actually probably wouldn't be the best idea right
Yeah.
now.
I was gonna say it probably would be a good idea right now.
Go,
Yeah,
go.
I would still say, yeah, stick back there for just a moment yet.
I guess firebolt the rat.
The rat bursts into flames and collapses.
Wow!
Wow!
Giant rats are not very strong. You hear an angry hiss from the back of the room.
I just look at
Holy
my fingers.
cow, that thing is super flammable. That's dangerous.
I just look at the dead rat going, I wasn't even trying.
I take a look at Thrax, see his mouth watering a little bit.
It's gonna be so scrumptious later, like Cook.
If you try to eat that, I am not talking to you ever again.
This he gets close and he doesn't quite reach you, but you see something strange happen as he flings out his hand.
Uh-oh.
There's a bunch of rats come spewing out onto the ground.
Ew.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh,
Lorador's turn.
okay, I approach the nearly birthed rats and take out my rapier and try to stab them. Stabby, stabby. And then miss them.
Both accounts.
Just that was only 2 more points you could have hit, but yeah, you missed. Now, actually, I need to open their character sheet back up because I have one of those on the field again. Whether or not he did that was going to be dependent on how fast you dealt with the other enemies.
Right.
Datris.
Datris is going to scream and say, "Where's my father?" And magnify gravity.
Magnify gravity again.
Smash it this time. Boom.
And you are rolling poop on the damage for that, but whatever.
Poop. You poop mouth.
Stop being poop.
Well, he's saved.
Wah, wah.
Why is the giant rat sheet open still? Go away. The blob of rats failed though.
Crush them.
Their speed is halved when they're all within melee range. Congratulations.
Hey, they still took 5 hit points.
Kashi.
Move out. This way. Over there they'd get attack of opportunity.
Nope.
No.
You're still within reach of them.
Yeah, you haven't left their range, so you're still within.
Yeah.
They won't.
Go directly at him, actually.
That is a hit. You hit him. He lets out a screech as a bunch of rats fly off of his body.
Okay.
Rack, it's your turn.
I got a trick for you. I'm going to use my shield's magic again, and we're going to angle it just so that it will
Hit both of them.
just
right?
hit both of them from here, yeah. It's just enough that it'll clip the group of rats and hit the boss in the back. So... Eat! That! One's ready! One's right there!
Dexterity.
Welcome to the club.
Well, he saved the rats. Also saved.
You'll
so
take
that's
6
four.
damage, so eat it.
I mean 5 damage.
6, half and 12. Wait.
Oh, half 9, never mind.
Welcome to Zare's House of Pain, where you feel every pain that he does.
It sucks.
The AFK druid's turn.
No.
Porquai.
Come
Should I take her
back.
turn 4 or just make her move up in melee?
I don't know.
Nah.
She might have a plan. I don't.
Oh no, she might need a moment anyways to figure out what she wants to do.
Could just have her throw her spear.
Aaron! Aaron!
She ran to the bathroom. It was right after. I forgot whose turn it was. It was right after Rowan Datris was taking his turn. She went AFK.
Scratch.
Oh, you know what? I didn't roll for the fucking rats when.
Oh no, you haven't. Might want
Oh,
to
there
take
you
care of that
go.
really quick while you have a moment. And actually,
Yeah.
while you're doing that, I'm going to run for a quick glass of water here.
It didn't matter much anyhow because they rolled low, so they still didn't get that high in the turn order. I was supposed to roll for them at the beginning of the next turn.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, came back.
I'm back.
Bam.
Alright.
What do you do?
Okay. I think I'm gonna go duck around the corner here and start slashing at this thing with my
Scimitar.
these guys with my new rapier
Scimitar.
or scimitar.
You critical hit the rat swarm. I can't believe Matt was AFK for that.
Stupid rat. Cute.
Well, a 1 and a 6. So you got
Are the rats even going to get their turn, or is Shogoth going to kill them?
aspect
Well,
of
well, if I move up, could I burning hands them and the rat guy?
If you want to move like
Right
here,
here.
you could do it without being within melee range.
Okay.
Okay. Well, they're dead no matter what they roll, so bye.
Baby burn.
I'm back. What did I miss?
You missed Aaron critical hitting the rats and then Kevin burning them to death.
And not only that, she got the lowest and highest damage rolls with the.
Of course.
and a 6.
Wouldn't be any of my groups if your dice weren't suddenly going bipolar on you.
Okay,
did-
so
Did he evade it or did he get burned?
No, he took full damage. He took full damage.
And even if he evaded, he would have died anyway.
I'm
He's talking about the boss.
Yeah,
Oh.
the boss. The
Oh,
boss.
the boss.
Yeah.
But the boss took full damage.
Woo! He probably didn't like that though.
Probably didn't like that, but he's not going to prompt an attack of opportunity to go after you. He's going to attack. He's going to make 2 claw slashes at Akashi with his claws.
Oh boy.
The second one hit for 2 damage, but the other one missed.
At least
Which is 1 damage because he's raging.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was only 1 damage. Wow. That's some rotten luck.
as the term goes, he's too angry to die.
Corridor's turn.
Okay,
This
I
case-
move
this-
right
this case-
here.
In this case, he's too raged to die.
They call him the Red Death.
And
Yes.
stabby!
Don't forget,
Stabby!
don't forget sneak attack.
I thought that was Thrax's thing.
Well,
So
Yeah,
it's
so I
roll
did
the
the
same damage
track
both
voice.
times.
Yeah, because the first time it didn't seem like it was going through, so I thought, oh, I must not clicked it on it, and then it went through twice.
Datris.
all right. Datris is going to move up and do a triangle and magnify gravity on him.
You really like that spell.
No, I didn't know I was gonna love it so much. All right. Plus, it's my only big damage spell, so. Oh wait, I have magic missile. Nah, we'll do magnify gravity.
Just because.
Actually, your magic missile would have been
yeah,
better.
yeah, your magic missile
Yeah.
would have done way more damage than that.
Yeah.
But you
'Cause
could
you
run
rolled-
half
you rolled
his
snake
ability.
eyes.
No, this is like roll 20 does not like me for outing it for going thanks roll
He
20.
at least failed, but you burnt your last spell slot and you didn't do jack shit to him. Kashi.
If I make it a Kashi mask, would it be the mask of the Red Death?
Yes, it would. Over here, stop him from getting to the rest of the party.
Have confidence rolls.
Confidence.
That should not be so funny.
Yeah, you just see a big chunk of fur fly off of him when you hit him with your sword. Drac.
Mm-hmm. So,
He doesn't seem to be showing much sign of slowing yet.
He doesn't.
No.
He's certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing.
Oh God, please do not remind me of that scene from Willy Wonka.
You know where we're going.
Oh God. Which apparently is actually more terrifying with the Tom and Jerry incarnation of it. Which I didn't think it was possible, but they found a way.
So they did more than cut off chickens' heads.
Yes.
So I assume I just like, do I like click on the item or do I just is there a spell somewhere? No, I don't see a spell.
Oh, you want to summon
bees.
Okay, I'm gonna have these things take their turn on the same turn as you, so.
That would be more than fair.
And there is a character sheet for them that's
Yep.
in the that you can open to make them attack.
Do they actually get attacked right away?
Yeah. I just consider them going as part of your turn, so they'll go right away. It doesn't take much to get bees to just fly at something.
Bees!
Oh no, I'm allergic to bee stings. How did you know?
Did you know you can send bees in the mail?
Quick, Thorador.
Actually, I did know that.
Punch trees, Thorador.
I'd rather use my rapier.
You ruined the joke.
I know, but it's what my character would say.
Oh my god, they got a critical hit.
I can't believe that is amazing.
14 damage from bees.
And their strength is so low, they actually had a penalty to hit, and they got
Yes,
critical.
yes, they do.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's just like, god damn it, I'm the only one supposed to be doing this shit.
I'm not trying to be now, bees! Give them!
Yeah, just
Alright,
lucky.
I'm going to move up here, and then I'm going to go at him again with my Moon Touch Scimitar. No one else needs healing, right?
Not at the moment.
No, everybody's
After
good.
that first critical hit, you started steamrolling everything.
Yeah,
Sweet.
we just had like a small scare at the start, and then everything got better.
That's the miss.
They blew their wad too early.
Oof. And that's when we roll runs.
Yeah, you swing your
It
scimitar.
burnt
you
out all of our
almost lose
crits. It's time for ones.
You almost lost your grip on it. You have to quickly catch your sword before you drop it on the ground. Shogoth.
Well, I kind of want to burning hands again, but then I'm gonna hit the bees.
You always just barrage them with magic missiles. Or you could actually move up and try to inflict wounds.
Yeah.
Actually,
You wanted to use it earlier.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so like what, right here?
Yeah, that's fine. That's melee range.
Reach out and touch me.
Oh!
Reach out and touch
Yeah,
me.
you run up behind him while he's not looking, and you just press your hand against his back, and all of a sudden he just suddenly has like a sudden jolt, and just like and just starts
Melting.
shivering and flailing his arms around in agony.
While his skin starts melting.
He actually is not looking very good anymore.
Gee,
And,
I wonder why.
And you got his attention with that.
Uh-oh.
And he turns around and attempts to make a bite attack on Shogoth.
Oh.
Yay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh dear.
I hit Constitution, correct?
No, you hit Constitution saving throw. It's next to the stats.
Oh, you mean the +1?
Hold on. Let me
No,
look up
there's a
here.
row of things that should be saving throws for next to your.
Yeah, it's above
stats.
the acrobatics.
Oh. That's what I was referring to. Okay, so.
Yo, click on that.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Now you're gonna be stunned
For
for
three
3
turns.
rounds.
Yeah, you're laying on the ground, drooling on yourself all of a sudden. Thorador.
Okay. Time to stab. I don't want to stab the wolves. I want to stab rats.
I don't want to stab bees. I want to stab trees.
There are no trees
Yeah,
here.
sneak attack.
Doggone is good.
Oh, yeah.
The penis is evil.
Shogoth needs to worry about dying.
Yeah, you stab him right in the butt, and he just goes ah. And he falls over because you got him right where he got hit with the inflict wounds and dies.
Ooh.
Yay!
Just a pile of rats on the floor now. There's dead rats everywhere.
Dead rats, my lord. Dead rats.
And this is where we will stop it for tonight.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
With Shogoth laying on the floor.
Well, the
Drowning
actual fight's done, and it's just too much.
Drowning in my own blood.
We don't really want to get into the story stuff that's going to happen after this when we're trying to stop for the night.
The bees will rest on my pauldrons.
Is that sort of thing just part of the map, or is it going to be like something?
We'll
that comes
deal
up?
with that next time.
Okay.
Sean used short sword.
Well, my character just lays here going.
Well, I
For
guess
2
we're gonna
whole
have
weeks.
to. Yeah, we're gonna have to take care of Shogoth. Chop up her
No,
food
my
for
bees.
dinner.
Actually, how long do the bees last?
There's a certain number of rounds, but the fight's over, so I figured I'd just delete their token.
I just basically said that they were resting my pauldron, so they'll just sit there until they magically disappear in a little bit.
Right.
Wow, she's horribly bad.
Or they're just attracted to the fire and they all fly to their death.
No, you froze!
That's more hilarious and probably more accurate to this campaign.
I mean, it's more accurate to how actual bugs act than it should be. That's why bug zappers work. You're attracted to bright light and they fly to their deaths.
It's hilarious. You should watch it.
You can't say that. You're drooling on yourself.
I said I'm not drooling. I'm drowning. After that freaking bite.
Drowning in my drool. Just slobbers everywhere.